Okay. Welcome to the first official session, and possibly the last, depending on how fast we go, of Or Forever Hold Your Peace, which is running in the system, the Dragon's Table. So, this is a very special occasion. We have 4 total newbies, and this is going to kind of be a tutorial map for anyone who may come after. That sounds like it's about to be apocalyptic. It might. Who knows? You don't know what I got planned. Um, but this is going to be a front to back tutorial on all things RP, combat, NPCs, all that good stuff. But yeah, so let's just jump on into it. So, the scene is as follows. It is a cool, nice, sunny day. The sun is about to go down, and you have all just been at a wedding. It was a beautiful service. The lovely lady of the dragon village, not so far away, has married a landed noble of the village you're currently in. And everyone seems happy, relatively. The 4 of you have been contracted to guard this wedding and the ensuing after party, which you now find yourself at, the reception. So, just to kind of go around, you guys, the 4 of you, are standing with your guard captain, kind of in the corner. The party's just getting started. You can see waiters, waitresses, people, setting up, putting silverware on tables and whatnot. The dances are just getting started in the middle of the town square. There's lanterns everywhere already being lit, despite the fact the sun has not yet gone down. And your captain gives you all kind of a look as if trying to remember who he's hired to watch this event. So we're just going to go around the circle. First, he looks at Mr. Justin. Mr. Justin, what are we up to? You want to describe Justin?
What are we up to? Sure. Like, describe, what do you mean?
Yeah, you could describe him visually. You could describe what he's doing. Just introduce
Okay.
yourself. How do you appear to the guests who don't know you?
Okay. Well, so we're all standing in a line, you said? We're all
You're
kind of
you're you're
hanging out in
kind
the
of just
corner?
in a little group, maybe under an arch or something, with your guard captain, who you've previously been acquainted with, but you don't know him super well. He's just the captain to you.
Okay, fair. All right. Well, Justin, he would definitely be kind of just watching all the activities, listening to the music, watching the people starting to dance. You can kind of see him, like, subtly swaying a bit in time with the music. Like, he's clearly enjoying the festivities despite not really being over there and a part of them. He's got kind of like a pretty chill, like, smile just kind of plastered on his face there, pretty calm, collected look to his face, but it's a little bit hard to read at the same time. But he looks like he's in relatively good spirits, just, watching everyone around, occasionally glancing at the other guards, but not really saying anything to them, but more kind of trying to get a read on them to a degree, kind of like watching them when they're not looking, but if they look at him, he looks away type of thing.
Gotcha,
Uh,
gotcha.
getting a read on everything on the situation, but looking very nonchalant as he does so.
Okay.
Um,
You will
he's
have
just
the
vibing.
chance to perform checks on your fellow players, NPCs, and even enemies, perhaps, if those are to be found.
Ooh.
Once we get through our rest of our people. So, to Justin's left, we have Mazian. Is that how you pronounce her name? All
Yeah.
right. How's Mazian doing? Let me get Mazian's art up. I have both of them. What? Nope, that's Justin again. There we go. Mazian.
Um, so Mazion is just really happy to be here. You can kind of see there's like a big bubbly smile on her face, and she's so eager to go around and talk to people and like sort of do her job, but also she's a little more interested in just chatting up the well-dressed people. She wants to know like who designed their clothing, um like um like where they got their jewelry, just all sorts of questions about fashion.
She's the red carpet interview person. Got it. All right. Well, you can see around you there are definitely finely crafted outfits from twice the amount of cultures you're probably used to. So you will definitely have some opportunities to poke and prod at that. All right, and to Mazian's left, we have Lale.
Yes.
Lale, what's Lale up to?
Oh, Lale, she basically came to the wedding because, well, she's a nun at like a convent and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit outside of town, and she really loves the dragons. I don't know much about the religion of the place yet,
During the game, you will get to make things called history checks and bestiary checks, as well as other checks, to
Mhm.
find out what you learn. If you think you know something but you're not sure, make a check, and then I will tell you what you know. All right,
Uh-huh.
continue.
Like right now, I could.
You know what? Let's get through all the character intros, and then yes, once we get into it, you can start doing that.
Heck yeah. So basically Lale, she is a nun, and she came to this wedding because she loves the dragons and is very pious and devoted to them, and the gods. So she basically came and as well, she basically came there and I think she's probably just like trying to get very close to the dragons, her wives, and like either that or like chatting up with like the priests or monks there or something.
Got it.
She's kind of introverted, but you know, when it comes to her interests, she's not really. She's trying to chat it up with others, trying, I don't know, doing
Yeah.
stuff.
All right. Well, there's definitely dragons to talk to. You're in luck. Seems like everybody's getting what they're going to be wanting so far. Let's meet Mira to Lale's left.
Oh, hi.
What's Mira up to?
So right now so you mentioned the official ceremony itself is over, right?
Correct.
And we're now going into the reception. So basically she came here mainly on an assignment to write about this historic wedding and to kind of produce a report for her workplace when she gets back. So right now she's just kind of relaxing in a corner of this group, looking over her notes, trying to like make sense of like the very rushed shorthand she did a while back while the ceremony was in full swing, and just writing things out and organizing everything. She's also just kind of happily listening to the music and kind of, also just enjoying the atmosphere, enjoying the bustle of like the happy celebrating people, and also trying to get in a little bit of work so she doesn't have to do too much later.
Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. Okay, so our four guards have done a fantastic job so far protecting the wedding. Not that there was any real threat. But now that you're here in Suncrest, the human village, the actual wedding itself was in the next door town of Yarny, which is, of course, where the dragons live. The atmosphere's definitely a little bit more relaxed. You're not expecting anyone to get jumped at the altar here. The wedding's already happened. What's done is done. They kissed, etc. There's nobody rushing to interrupt now, hopefully. But your captain doesn't seem to be at ease. Your captain is a portly man with a mustache. He's got dirty blonde hair, kind of like he's bald on the top, but it's definitely all around the sides. He's wearing what is probably his nicest armor, and on top of that, he's got a very like decorative tabard thing going on, but it's clearly many years old. This doesn't seem to be the kind of position where you can afford a lavish lifestyle, even though you're at the top of the food chain. But there's not a lot of crime here, so I'm not gonna say he's getting paid very well. But he's kind of leaning on his lance. From his, stance, you can tell that he's probably not in great fighting shape anymore. He's favoring one leg over the other, so perhaps his station is more just he's working towards retirement. But he's scratching his mustache and looking around. He seems uneasy. Perhaps his four little underlings here, you guys can make what's called an insight check to try to determine more about what he might be thinking. So go ahead and roll me an insight check. You roll a d20, you roll a d20, and then you add, you add your wisdom modifier, even if it's a negative, and then your insight proficiency, even if it's a negative. So, you should have 3 numbers that you're adding together. Your dice roll, your insight modifier, not the actual number, the modifier, and then your proficiency. If you don't have a proficiency, it's not blue or red, don't add it, because it doesn't exist.
Where's the insight modifier?
So here, let me pull up... Let me pull up one of your sheets, because I have my enemy sheets here. I'm definitely not showing you those. Alright.
Damn.
Kaylee,
No,
you're
we
my
just gotta
victim.
know everything about the enemy.
Kaylee's
Spoiler.
my
Okay.
victim. So, for example, Kaylee, what's your number? What'd you roll?
I rolled a 15, I subtracted 1.
Alright, so that's a 14. Kaylee does not have an insight modifier, but if she did, she would add a +3. If it was negative, then she'd subtract 7. So,
Oh, okay. So
it's
I
your
didn't
roll,
roll too hot.
then
So
this, then this.
okay, so I didn't roll so hot, so I got a 6, and then I go down to my wisdom and looked at my wisdom modifier, which I have a -1. So 6 minus 1 is 5, and I don't have an insight as a proficiency or weakness, so it's a 5.
Okay.
Am I correct?
I believe so. Can everyone tell me
Okay.
their number? Their final number, all added up.
I got a
Mine's
12.
14.
12, 14, 5. Cars, what'd you get? Cars,
Lou.
did we lose somebody already?
Yeah, my sister is being.
Cars, sister, go away. We're in the middle of something.
We're busy!
All right. Lale's gonna sit out of this roll. Lale doesn't determine any information.
I
Anyone?
can do it.
Oh,
I
okay.
rolled
Okay, what's your roll? What'd you get? Your final number?
17.
19? That's your final number?
17.
Oh, sorry, 17. Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a little break very quickly and do something because she's being
Okay.
a. See ya.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anyone that got above a 10 can determine that he is clearly very much still on guard, but he's like looking at the guests. He's not looking at the outside of the venue. It's a very open venue. There's columns and it leads out into the town. You're in the town square. But he's looking at the guests themselves as if trying to figure out maybe if one of them isn't who they say they might be. And he turns to all of you. He says, "You did well today at the ceremony, but our work's not done. I heard a rumor." Kind of looks at all of you. If you'd like, you can ask him questions about what he might be thinking.
Wait,
This
Oh,
is
it
the
sounded like you had more to
tutorial
say.
pop-up.
It sounded like you had more to say.
He goes back
can
to
I-
scratching
may
his
I go?
mustache.
May I go?
You don't have to ask, you could just go.
I'm just worried that if I'll just talk while someone else is talking, I tend to do that.
Go for it.
So I ask, wait, what rumor did you hear?
Nothing for sure. I've got a hunch. Like from my days as a younger guard. Something bad's gonna happen here. You see these people? Some of them don't look too happy, do they? If you would like, you can make a perception check on the crowd to see if there are any unhappy people.
I'd like to
Let
make
me
a
do
perception
that.
check.
Everyone
I'd
can.
like
I'm
to make a
requesting
perception
it.
check.
So it's the
Yay.
same thing. I'm pulling up Kaylee's sheet again. So Kaylee would add
Perception goes
wisdom.
under.
It's under wisdom. So Kaylee does have positive perception. So whatever she
Justin, you're
rolls.
supposed to be good at this!
Yeah, no, sometimes it just doesn't work out, huh?
I'm back from my.
I'm so
Okay.
mad.
Okay,
Justin, I'm
I
gonna-
rolled a 15.
Now is Now is not the
minus
time to
one.
be
I got a
funny, Justin.
14.
You got a 14. All right. Everyone else, give me your numbers.
Um,
Hang on, I'm doing math, so it's fucking. I'm so mad. Okay.
We're gonna standardize the DCs pretty much across the board, so you'll quickly find out what that means.
4.
Anyone who got above a 10.
He's proficient in this, by the way.
Justin,
What if I got a 10?
if you got a 10, that's fine. Meets it, beats it. Justin, you're too
Okay.
busy. You're thinking about the music. Maybe you're looking out at the crowd.
Can I say what he's thinking
that
about?
food looks good, huh?
Can I say what he's thinking about?
Yeah, what's he thinking about?
He's distracted by the fact that one of the other guards is taking notes.
Fair enough. That would distract me too. But anyone that got a 10 or
He's wondering
higher,
what she's writing.
anyone that got a 10 or higher, you can see that there are in fact a few people that don't seem to be mingling with the crowd. You can pick out 4 people who maybe are standing off in corners, sitting at tables alone, frowns on their faces, etc. You may want to further pursue what's going on with these guys. But first, your captain kind of gathers you back up. He says, all right, so technically, our jobs here are mostly done. And I don't want to upset any of the guests, but I do think that we should try to figure out if anything's up here. Because again, I just feel like something bad's going to happen. So, I'm going to put you 4 in charge of talking to these guests and figuring out what the problem is. Maybe they're all in cahoots for something. Maybe they just don't like the food selection. But it's our
how
job
exciting.
to find out.
That was
So
Justin saying that, by the way.
basically, I
Not
missed
me.
a little bit from some commotion downstairs, but so there are people who are outside doing. There's some people who are sus, basically.
Yes, there's some of the guests are a little bit suspicious.
Huh.
There's 4 people who look slightly unhappy. You will have to further investigate who these 4 people are.
Yeah.
As your captain so decrees. But before you guys can get to your investigative duties, your eyes can't help but pass over the people of the hour. The bride and groom have arrived in their little wedding chariot drawn by the most bedraggled horse you have ever seen in your life.
Oh, exciting.
The little chariot rolls up. The groom steps out first and offers his hand to his much taller wife, who kind of uses him a little bit like a step stool, but he seems perfectly happy about
Aww.
it. So the gentleman will enter first. Hold on, let me get his art. He is a man, probably in his mid-30s. Impressive set of mutton chops. He seems to be wearing a much nicer suit than most of the people here. You know, what you'd expect of a landed noble, or rather the son of a landed noble. And he seems absolutely ecstatic to be here. He's grinning ear to ear. He's clearly just had the best day of his life. Let me go ahead and pop up his NPC.
Yeah, this man landed a giant dragon lady. I'd be thrilled too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna pop it up later because I see I have them both active, so I'll pop them up at the same time. All right, his name is Garth. You know that. Garth. His beautiful wife steps out after him. She is, of course, some sort of dragon. You're not quite sure. You're welcome to ask. But she is covered in feathers. She's wearing a very long flowing dress, and she's also equally smiling. And here she is. Her name is Tenochtitlan, but you can just call her Tenoch.
He's pretty.
Yeah. They both
Love the dress.
Yeah, they both come into the little venue, and here are their sprites. They will be joining you in whatever comes next. All right. So you know what? Let me add them to the scene. It's their wedding. They'll put them on chairs. Wow, romance. Okay.
Always out.
So the people of the hour have arrived. Your captain kind of gestures like to you guys, like, all right, well, if you want to begin poking around, it's probably now or never. I don't know how long this event is, but I want everything to be ship-shape for the entire thing. So, go ahead. So, now that you guys are loose in the event,
Can I do a little something?
Yeah, no, I was about to ask. I was gonna give you details on who these suspicious people are, a little bit of description, but if you want to do anything first, like make checks on what you know already, talk to each other, now is the time.
I wanted to, because he was doing this even before, like, the captain gave them their little talk, but after the little talk, he, continued doing it.
Mhm.
I want to make a perception check. I think it would be perception, yeah. A perception check on the other guards. All of you three.
Sure.
Justin wants to see what he can glean about you guys from looking at you.
So here's how this is gonna work. Because he's checking all of you, I'm gonna call you guys' names, and you guys have to tell him, Justin, what he gleans. All right? I don't determine what you glean. Kaylee does, because it's her character. Right?
Wait,
So,
could I make a?
hold
Oh,
on,
sorry.
one at a time. We only do one check at a time, otherwise things are gonna get lost. So hold on, Kaylee's gotta finish hers first. So
Cool.
Kaylee, go ahead and roll.
Wait, quick question for Kaylee.
Hi.
What are you trying to specifically look for with this perception check? So that'll help me give the right information to you.
That's a good question.
He's kind of just he's just trying to get like a general read, like, oh, are these people trustworthy? Are they here for?
So that would
you
actually
know-
be an insight check.
I
Is it? Okay.
Perception
Okay.
is physical appearances of stuff, like you're looking for physical things. Insight is like,
Mhm.
I'm trying to read your mind.
I see. Okay. All right, fair. Okay, so let's get that roll. So okay, yeah. So it's a insight set, not a perception check. He's trying to get a read on you guys, see like take a look at what you're doing and see if you're suspicious at all. And he's not really doing, I mean, well, the reason why he's doing that is I guess you guys wouldn't know that, so I'm actually not going to say that.
Oh, secret.
Okay.
Secret.
So okay, so we got that. And got. I am going to leave it up to your discretion what my role signifies he would glean from your character on their general kind of just behavior right now. And like what he'd be able to figure out by looking at them. I'm gonna leave that up to your discretion. But let's see. So we rolled, we got the modifier. He is so that's a 17.
All right, so that's
Oh.
pretty high. So, for my players here that being checked against, this means he's probably getting a good amount of information, like whatever your current thought pattern is, he's probably able to judge it pretty accurately. You don't have to give up every single secret you've ever had. Okay? So don't immediately go into your 10-paragraph backstory about how your children were killed in a fire. But just what's going on right now and how is it relevant. So, Thea, why don't you go first? What does Justin get from that check?
Sure. So Mazian looks very eager to just kind of be done with this whole like briefing. She's kind of like vibrating in place a little bit because she clearly wants to like just jump into the action and go talk to people. And she I think she's sizing up the people who look unhappy right now because she's kind of like, how are they dressed? Like, how do I approach them? So she's just kind of figuring things out in her head about how to best approach this situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Cars, how about you? What's Justin getting about Lale?
Justin is probably like, girl.
It's Justin, by the way. With an E.
Justin, sorry, that's
Justin.
that's me doing
You think I would name him Justin?
just in case. I don't know.
What is
Oh
the
my God.
question again? I'm sorry, my brain can sometimes short circuiting a bit.
So, Kaylee was making an insight against your character to get her current thoughts and emotions about the debriefing, I assume.
So an insight is again like, I'm so sorry.
Like, your thoughts. So
How is
what's
she feeling
Lale
about
currently
this
feeling?
current situation? What is she looking at? What's she doing?
I think she's like,
And I rolled a 17. So give me the information you feel should be earned from that.
okay, I think Lale feels like just like she's like kind of upset at the people who don't look happy because she just thinks dragons are so divine and like and she's
love
like,
that.
what the frick, dude? What are you out? Like girly kind of has some like a little bit of trauma with like evil
did you-
things. So
Your fucked up vibe is ruining my night.
yeah,
So
the
does
vibe
she
is
have like
ruining
an
her night,
attitude, like an
high-key.
annoyed look on her face?
Yeah, like she thinks of this as like a worship service. This is like church to her. She's like
Oh,
so
that's so
happy.
good.
She just wants to be
Mhm.
with like Tinoch and just be at her side. And it's like, oh my gosh, girly. And these mother effers are ruining her. She would not say effers.
Ruining our vibes.
These mother freakers.
Yeah, she would say that.
Other
She
truckers.
doesn't
Oh,
swear.
okay.
That's him.
Oh gosh, they have to invent trucks first. All right, and
can
then
it-
Smitha, your turn. What are we gleaning with a 17?
What's the character's name again?
Okay.
Mira. Mira.
So after this kind of announcement that like, okay, there's potential trouble, Mira's put away her notebook and is a little bit more alert of like the current situation and is trying to do more of the guarding thing. She's kind of looking over at the four people who seemed like unhappy, and she's just wondering like if she can glean anything more about them other than they're vaguely unhappy, because she's just like, they might be sus, or it could be nothing. Maybe they're just not being able to socialize very well at this obviously very social function, or I don't know, they didn't, some other reason. Maybe it is the food, in fact. So she's kind of trying to look at the crowd and survey what's going on, but she's not particularly good at it, so she's not really getting anything out of it right now other than some people aren't very social. And she's also kind of, aside from that, just kind of stealing some glances back at the main couple and seeing if she can take any more interesting notes about them, and wondering if there's any way that before the night is over she could just talk to them directly in kind of an interview way to get their thoughts and feelings about the ceremony and like how everything went down, so she can maybe add some direct primary quotes to her report. That would look very good for her boss.
Mhm.
But yeah, just kind of surveying the area and trying to be a bit more alert now that the note taking's done.
All right. Okay, cool. And before I move on from that and allow someone else to do something, Sam, I have a question for you now.
Of course.
So he was looking at all of them and kind of reading their looks. It was mentioned by at least two, actually, I think it was mentioned by all three of these of them that they were looking at the people that were upset. Justin hadn't noticed the upset people. Does he see them now?
I would say so, because they're all kind of like looking.
Because he would've
There's like 4 of them, and once you like look at like where these people are like glaring in the corners and stuff, like it's like, oh, that guy doesn't look too happy, that chick does not look too happy, etc. So it definitely occurs to you like, oh, those are the people that we've been told to
How
investigate.
unhappy.
Okay, so my logic there is he was busy deciphering his fellow guards when that moment happened, so he didn't notice those people until he saw the other guards looking at them. All right, so okay, I'm good to let someone else.
Would someone
take
else like to make any sort of check or make conversation with your fellow
I would
players?
love to do a support check. Try to
okay.
talk to the dragon.
You don't have to make a check specifically to talk to people. You could just go up and talk to them.
I would say Lale is like, I think she's a bit wary about. I don't know how like sus they are. Like if they're like evil like sus, or just like not liking the food. But I think she just go up to try to get to Tenok through like the crowd, and I don't know. Her attention's probably halfway on, and halfway on the sus people.
Okay. Would you guys like to follow her through the crowd?
I wanted to make one point before we move that scene, that just while Justin was perceiving y'all, if any of your characters did happen to meet eyes with him while he was staring at you, he wouldn't look away immediately. Like he would just kind of give like a little head tilt and then look away. So if anybody wants them to know being stared at, that is something they could do. But you don't have to. I'm just giving you the option.
I'll bring up
The
something I
fucking
kind
clown
of
man.
brought up in group chat a couple days ago. When we do make eye contact, Mira briefly thinks or wonders if she's seen Justin somewhere before. He seems vaguely familiar, so she just wonders that really quickly, and then they just look away after that brief moment of eye contact.
Excellent. Good.
All right.
Good stuff.
So are
Not
you
worthy to make a check yet, though.
are you guys following Lale to go talk to the bride?
Justin, sure.
I would think this is a good time to try and see if I can talk to the couple and maybe learn what they're thinking and feeling, so I can write it down. So yeah, I'd follow her.
Excellent. Okay. Lale,
I would love to.
you approach the happy couple. They are sitting at a table. It seems like they just got finished speaking to some relative or another. That's probably the rest of their night is just talking to relatives. But as soon as you guys
Yep.
approach, Tina turns her attention to all of you. Garth goes ahead and refills both of their wine glasses as she does so. And she doesn't say anything. She just kind of smiles at you, like expecting you to say something to her.
Justin does a little bow when she looks over at them.
Uh, as soon as Justin does the bow, she makes eye contact with Justin. Her friendly smile breaks into an absolute look of delight. She grabs her husband by the shoulder, shakes him slightly so he both spills the wine glass and starts paying attention. She says, "Oh my gosh, human entertainment! Is this one of the
Justin
clowns
looks
you told me
thrilled.
about?"
Justin
love her
looks
already.
absolutely thrilled. He's fucking ecstatic.
Garth kind of looks at you. It's very clear he's trying to remember whether he hired you to be some sort of clown for this event, and whether he's like looking deep in his soul to figure out, am I the kind of guy that invites a clown as the wedding entertainment? Maybe I am. I don't remember. I'm a little sloshed already. So he just kind of like smiles at you like half-heartedly, and then looks at his wife like, yes, dear, a human clown. For you. And then he kind of motions like, okay, do something, man. Do something. Can you make a performance check to do something for the lovely lady?
Absolutely.
The rest of you are welcome to join in with a performance check if you'd like to be part of this clown show.
Justin,
Could I
I'm
do
going to
some light
murder
magic
you.
showing? Maybe add
He
some
rolled a
Directly
1.
join.
of
So-
light. You can join in the magic too if you want. Mira.
Sorry, did Justin roll a 1?
Justin rolled a 1, and that doesn't matter if he's
Bruh.
proficient in it, if I recall. That's a
Nope,
critical
it's
fail.
just a failure. You just fail. So Justin, what are you
Justin, I'm
attempting
going-
to do? What did
Oh,
you
that's
try
right, I
to
didn't-
do that you
I
failed
didn't
at?
think that far. I didn't think that far ahead. I wasn't expecting
Oh,
it
that's
to go
okay.
like this.
You know what? Whatever you were planning on doing, you didn't even get there because he was sloshing wine all over the place. Mr. Garth made the ground slippery, and you pick up your foot to do something, maybe a dance, maybe a jig,
Oh my god.
and you just eat absolute shit. To
You
which
know what? Okay,
Tinoch
can-
begins to clap.
can-
She doesn't
I
know
was
what
gonna
human
say-
entertainment is.
I was gonna try to
He
make
unintentionally made himself very funny, I suppose.
I wanted to make a follow-up in
Okay.
you having Justin do that. Can we do a fucking let's see. What would that be, performance or deception if he tries to make it look purposeful?
Oh, deception for sure.
Okay.
Deception. You're lying.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So he is good at that, but then there's
Immediately
that.
eats shit in front of the most important person here.
Honestly,
is-
real. Okay.
Horrified.
Well, he is a jester, so maybe he can make this
Yeah.
look good somehow.
She is angry that he is ruining her. Her.
I got a 12.
You got a 12. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best work you've ever done to feint and on purpose, but you don't like actually bash your teeth in on the side of the table. So like, you know, maybe you do like a little squat and then you pop back up in like a funny little pose.
Yeah.
But like it's very clear that you did not mean to do that.
He looks he's trying to look totally natural, but because he didn't fully success at this feign, he does look mildly annoyed about the fact that he slipped up.
Okay.
His
Tina,
one moment to shine.
Tina gives you a polite but genuinely overjoyed clap because man, she still doesn't get human entertainment, but you gotta love it. You gotta love the performance, just the passion, the emotion of eating shit at someone else's wedding. And then Garth just kind of like gives you like a side eye, like, actually, I don't think I did hire you. Ooh. The clowns I hire are surely better quality than this.
Okay. I knew he was thinking that. He'd be
How
fine.
do you show when a character's mad at another? Like, is that a check?
That would be an insight check, so people can make an insight check to see your feelings. So, Justin,
Can
do you
I
want to
do-
make an insight check on?
I'd like to do an insight check because I'm curious about how Lale's feeling.
Yeah, if you guys all want to get a read on
Yeah.
Lale's emotions.
The D20, right?
Yeah, because keep in mind,
And it's under wisdom.
yes, keep in mind, Kara
Cool.
said Lale's not happy.
Oh,
but
now
your
he
players
rolls
don't know.
high.
Your guys don't know.
I got a 1. Well, 1.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad that
So I don't know anything.
One.
I'm just
Yeah,
looking
you
at
don't-
her
you don't-
blankly.
we're rolling insight, you said?
Yes.
You want me to roll or I'm not rolling?
No, you don't roll. You're just being angry.
I'm
you
just
are the
not-
thing we're
Justin-
rolling against.
She's very just in her anger and violence, so she's not gonna be like strangling Justin, but
Not yet.
She's
I'm so mad. He rolled a critical 1 when he was trying to do the one thing he's really good at, and now he rolled a 17 on the thing that he's fine at.
So, Lale, what does he get from that?
I think Justin's trying to annoy me purposely.
so how bad? Like, I'm just curious. How do you like if it's like a high 17 versus like a low number?
A 17
How-
is pretty good. So a 17 would probably give honest information. So you can be honest. How is Lale feeling?
Lale is like like she does not want to associate with any of them right now. She is so pissed that like first of all she doesn't like clowns at all.
No!
She's scary and like kind of demonic.
First of all, I don't.
And second of all, she's like probably very enraged because maybe some wine got on her like beautiful white veil.
Oh.
And this is like the moment she was waiting for her whole life. Like this, I don't know if it's related, but this girly does devotions to the dragon. Like this is the first time she's ever seen a dragon too, by the way. And so she's
we
she's
blew it.
glowering. She wouldn't punch him because that's not like what a holy person does, but she's glowering.
What's the Lara Shell quote? If I were not a holy woman, I would beat you senseless.
Literally that quote.
Okay. I'm not even going to... She doesn't have to do a check for this. I am just telling you, because Justin does notice that. I already rolled for that. So, he notices her, intense glaring at him, and his mildly disappointed in himself, annoyed expression at his failure turns to absolute glee.
Damn, this guy kind of fucked up.
He looks at this absolute this glaring woman and looks at her with the most like shit-eating like fucking. He looks thrilled at her anger, but he doesn't say anything. But she knows. She knows that he is finding comedy in her anger. And he is no longer upset at his fuck up because it made her even more mad than she probably would have been if he succeeded.
He's like, this nun.
Yeah, he looks thrilled. But he does take a step back, because he does actually speak up, and he kind of laughs to himself a bit, and he's like, "I'm actually here to help with the guarding."
That is funny.
Garth kind of nods like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Still not clear about the hat decision, but okay. Meanwhile, Tina, she just politely stops clapping. And then, of course, Lale was the one that walked you guys over here, so she looks at Lale. She says, are you having a good time?
Since the dragon, actually talked to her, I think she's now, she puts her annoyance with Justin on the side for a second and kind of is like, she then just faints like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time. Just because of you, because I came here just for you, oh holy one. And then she bows to her and maybe kisses her hand. I don't know. And maybe gives her a rosary or flowers or something. She definitely gives her flowers or some bit she made as an offering. Because she was waiting for this moment her whole life.
Tinak is gonna look at you, you just kissed her hand and told her the holy one and then gave her a bunch of shit. So she's gonna look at you smiling still, eyes very wide. You wanna make an insight check on her?
Yeah, I would love to. Or make a history.
Afterwards, can I actually also make a check?
Of course, yes. Let's wait for this one.
Yeah, just so I can be in line for check making.
I think she's being pretty orthodox. I just don't know anything about the practice.
You can make checks to determine what you do know. Remember? History check?
Can I make a history one?
Yes, make a history check first, maybe.
I'm like, okay, scratch what I said earlier. I'm doing a history check first.
Okay, we're running it back. The kiss never happened.
Nope,
Nothing
never
Can I-
happened yet.
Oh, too many
Because
people
she
are
was
talking at
history
once.
check too?
Too many people
Oh,
are
never
talking
mind.
at once, one at a time. I can't hear you guys.
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
What was your history check?
17. 17.
All right. Does anyone else want to make a history check about dragons?
Yes,
Okay.
that's actually what I was about to do. My question was, what is the cultural significance of dragons in this world?
Okay. Yeah. So if everyone wants to
Oh.
make a history check on that point, I can tell you what you know.
R.I.P. I got a 5 plus 3, 8.
Oh,
8.
okay.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 17, and how do I calculate that? I wasn't there because
You gotta. How do you calculate what?
I got a 17. I rolled.
Okay. So now you have to add, your magic modifier, whatever that is. Again, I just have Kaylee. on
3.
mine. Okay.
So 17 plus
Oh,
3.
hold on. And then also your history proficiency, if you are proficient or not proficient. The numbers should be
I have
right up here.
I have a history proficiency.
Okay, so then you add
so
your positive number.
okay, I can't see. So it's 3 or 7.
It's the 3. -7
Ah.
is your negative proficiency. If it's in red, that means you subtract numbers.
Oh, it's 23. I got 23.
Okay. Anyone else want to roll?
I did, and Justin's being amazing because he rolled an 11, but he is both has a negative modifier and not good at history, so he has exactly 0.
Bro does not know what the fuck is going on. What's a dragon?
He just looks amused at everything happening. He doesn't know what the fuck it is, but he looks amused.
All right, and was
No
there
thoughts,
one more
Madame
person who still needs to tell me their number?
I got a 4.
You got a 4. All right. So I'm gonna go in reverse order. So 4. What you know about dragons? One of the big religions of the continent is all about dragon worship. A lot of humans, they love dragons.
I can't hear any right now.
You can't hear?
Yeah, you cut out for like a long stretch. You
Humans
said
love
4
dragons
and
and
then
dragons.
Hold on. Don't talk over anybody. Remember, we don't interrupt each other, especially when I'm trying to resolve technical difficulties. All right, so let me re-talk. Humans, they love dragons. They worship them. A lot of time they're revered like gods. It's kind of understood that they are not gods. They're not gods. They do not have the power to create and destroy like gods do. But, the average dragon's probably a lot more long-lived than people. They definitely have more accumulated wealth than the average person. And they probably have a little bit more magical ability than the average person. So, dragons are generally seen as, if not, king, lord status, sometimes godly status. That's what you can glean with a 4.
So like elves from Lord of the Rings. Like
I've
high
never,
elves.
ever read or watched Lord of the Rings. That means nothing to
should.
me. I'm so sorry.
So they're basically I'm so sorry.
Who got the 17? Was it a 17?
Me. That was me.
No, you got a 23.
Oh no,
what was
never
the
mind.
middle number?
Oh, I got a 8 minus 1, 7.
You got a 7. All right, you can get a little more. Specifically, the dragons people are usually really obsessed with are the light dragons. Granted, every culture is different. You guys kind of live in a light dragon heavy area. There's probably more around here than other parts of the continent, so they're less godly here because there's like a whole village of them, like right up the road. But they're still pretty important people. People know, don't mess with dragons because they can turn into giant lizards and then eat you, hypothetically. And then with a 23, you have a lot more info. So, with a 23, you would know that dragons, they're mortals just like you and me. Granted, they live for thousands of years and usually reincarnate when they die. So a little different from you and me. But they go about life just as people do. They do turn into giant feathery lizards or scaly lizards, whatever. The dragons that live in the nearby village, the one that Miss Teenock and her accompaniment come from, are amphitheres, so they're giant feathery winged snakes. Which is not the, super powerful, ultra magical light dragons that everyone believes are gods in other parts of the continent. They're more of like a lesser rung on the divine ladder. You probably have some vague knowledge of actual gods of the world, but that's not super relevant to any of what's going on here. But you would know that yes, she is important. No, she is not like capable of granting wishes or any other crazy shit like that.
Like, what is something that like a human would like? I'm curious about with the gods. Like, what are some of the customs that like someone would do, like a holy person when they like would see a dragon, or like what are dragons like in this like sort of like? Are they like kind of like angels in a way, or like something else? Like
They're
I'm
more
just trying.
like they're more like landed nobles. They're more like nobility. You're definitely not doing any like sacrifices to them unless you're like one of the real fucked up types of dragons. But she is clearly not that. She is a light dragon. So it's more like kind of seeing a princess. You know, don't touch the princess. Don't mess with the princess. Don't get in the princess's way. But like if you stab the princess, she'd probably die. That kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
She's not immortal. But she probably shouldn't get in her way.
Mm-hmm. I think with that information now, I think Lale would now with that information in history check, I think she would probably offer her like a gift and be like I'm honored to be in your presence and I wish the gods to bless this marriage and I will pray for you and devote like a part of my prayers for you every day and for this marriage and for your own protection.
Oh, well, thank you
That's
very
sweet.
much. I bless your ongoing health as well. Here you go, Garth. And she hands off whatever your gift is to him, which he piles on the table next to him with about 3 dozen other small gifts. But she genuinely seems happy that you are coming up to her and congratulating her on her big day. But
Okay.
she doesn't know you personally yet. So she's being very polite. That's what the vibe you're getting.
Yes.
May I also
Yes,
speak with the couple?
of course. Yes, you may.
Okay. So, Mira kind of awkwardly shuffles forward. She's feeling a little nervous because obviously these are, important people, very high up socially. And she wasn't able to procure very much of a gift, doesn't have much money, but she did manage to get a small bouquet of flowers before the ceremony began. And she is like, she just is like, congratulations on your wedding. It was such a wonderful ceremony, and thank you so much for inviting me. She hands the flowers to the bride.
The bride takes the flowers and adds them to her own already like massively overstuffed bouquet.
And then she's like, I know you're very busy with all of your guests and your family members, but I was just wondering if you could just take a few moments to maybe talk about how you met and how you're feeling today. I have to take a few notes because I'm recording the proceedings for the archives. I would like to get to know what you think, and yeah.
At the implication of some sort of interview, Garth immediately straightens up and sobers up, because this is where he comes into play. As the local lordling, he probably spends most, if not all, of his time of quote unquote importance, talking to people and generally not being very useful as a hands-on type of guy. But he says, "Oh well, Tinoch and I, we met on the road, didn't we, darling?" To which Tinoch turns to him and smiles and says, "We did! I saw him getting out of his carriage one day near my village, and I thought, that's gotta be the most handsome man I've ever seen." And she looks at him with stars in her eyes. Garth smiles, says, "Yes, she immediately ran out of the woods towards me on all fours. And, well, the rest was history.
Oh,
Peak
that's
romance.
honestly so romantic.
Agreed.
Mira is like really happy and kind of giddy at this. She's just kind of in love with love stories of all types. So she's very happily scribbling notes about this little romance.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "So, how are you feeling about tonight? How did the ceremony go? What did you think about it?"
Oh, it was beautiful. Exactly how I wanted it. I wanted a genuine, real human wedding. They're so much fun. They're so much more complicated than dragon weddings. Usually we just, trade rocks. These ones, there's a party, and then there's another party, and then there's all sorts of speeches. It's fantastic. I've been having a lovely time.
Oh, yes, weddings can get quite complicated.
And I love
are,
this
are you
dress. She kind
Oh,
of
it's
she stands
absolutely
up and gives you a
stunning.
little spin.
Oh, it's quite stunning. Are you two planning to have two separate ceremonies to honor both of your customs?
Garth pulls a rock out of his pocket, says, "Don't worry. We already did."
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And not to be nosy, but I'm out of curiosity, what do you think what do you think or rather, how do you think your wedding is going to improve things between your two villages going forward? I'd imagine it would help out quite a bit with your relations.
Oh, for sure. And then Garth kind of clears his throat and says, "Yes, well, we've already begun drafting all sorts of trade agreements. And the roads between our town are going to get finally fixed after 100 years of decay, due to lack of travel, of course. I'm sure you know. And of course, we've got that new port opening up between both of our towns. So trade with the outside world will improve as well. With my father's money and, of course, Lady Tenoch's mother's contributions, things in this area are about to get a lot better for everyone because of this, because of love." And then they both look into each other's eyes.
Aw, how wonderful. Anyway, thank you for letting me talk to you for briefly. Is it all right if later on I come back to maybe you or some officials you have on in your staff with more questions?
Of course, you can always come back and talk. She leans over to her husband. She says, "I like the little human. She's so talkative." To which Garth gives kind of like a slightly pained smile, like, "Oh, we gotta talk about the way you use language to talk about others." All right, would anyone else
As-
like to say anything to the couple?
well,
Oh,
okay. So, well, I mean, I don't want to take up too much time though.
no,
So,
take up all the time you want. That's why we're here.
uh,
That's why I run this
well,
thing.
is everyone else done talking to the couple and everything
I wanted
before?
to talk to them.
Okay, you do it. You
All
do it
right.
first.
Okay. Um, Mazian would like to go up and present Tinoch with a little present that inside is a little woven bracelet that she specifically like took days and days to embroider in a way that she thought would be attractive to dragons. Because she's hoping that Tianok might like it and wear it around, and maybe tell people about this fashion designer that she met. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so she gives the gift and she says, has been such a lovely service. I've been so happy to see the proceedings and how lovely everything has been. It's so well organized. And you look absolutely radiant."
Oh, thank you. And this bracelet is so beautiful. She immediately puts it on. Says, "I'm so happy everyone could attend. Everyone is here. I didn't even think some of these people live nearby."
I traveled quite a long ways to come here because I've just heard so many wonderful things about the union of you two. And I was so excited to see this mixing of cultures. And it's been absolutely lovely to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. I'm also very excited to see lots and lots about human culture. I love human culture. You guys are so interesting the way you do things. I assume it's because you don't live very long, so you have to get a whole lot in such a short amount of time. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's rude. Excuse me.
Justin snickers.
No, that's quite an interesting way of looking at things, honestly.
Garth kind of like grimaces a little bit, like, my beautiful wife is reminding me of my mortal self. But he just continues standing in the back, like, yep, they're having a conversation. I don't know anything about bracelets or death. Smiley face.
Probably like, it's okay, you guys will unite in the afterlife. She's just like, girly's not phased by death.
Mm-hmm. Tina, can
And
you make
then-
an insight check on Tina?
Me?
After, yeah, Lale, after saying that.
Awesome. I'll do that. 11.
Her smile goes from a genuine smile to kind of like a confused grimace for a second, for going back to a smile. But she doesn't say anything.
I got 14 after doing the math.
Okay, next time just give me the final number, otherwise I'm gonna think the first number is your number, right?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, you're gonna get the same result. She gives you kind of just like a smile grimace of confusion when you say afterlife, but then go back to regular smiling. And she's gonna say,
Nice.
oh, well, that's a nice way of thinking about it. You keep holding on to those thoughts. I love that.
Nice.
Mazian would like to also ask, like, I love your dress. What was the name of the designer who made it?
Oh, this dress was made by 100 monks up in a mountain somewhere. Isn't it lovely? I don't remember their names. I think one was named Paul.
All the monk.
Garth smiles and says, nothing but the best for my beautiful bride.
Oh.
Aw.
Lolly probably mentioned something about like the monks and how they always have the best finest fabric there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't have Wi-Fi, so they got nothing else to do but make wedding dresses. But yeah, does anyone have anything else to talk to the couple about before perhaps your guard captain in the corner is now staring at all of you like, no, they don't look unhappy, guys. Fucking, you're looking to the wrong people.
Yeah.
Hey.
I have a plan for when everyone's done.
I'm trying to think. Oh crap, my phone.
All right.
I
Maybe
don't know.
Lolly
sorry.
could say a prayer for them or something. I don't know.
Tinoch probably just stands there as you pray. But Garth will like lower his head and like listen closely. Perhaps he's the more religious of the two. Tinoch is just kind of like, you're speaking at me. Phenomenal.
Amazing.
I love her.
I love her so much.
This person is saying unknown words to me, but they sound very kind. I will
Really?
Justin is
accept
just
them.
watching in amusement.
I suppose since Lale's doing a little bit of a prayer, Mira also lowers her head respectively and listens in.
My disciple.
She's just
Justin looks
spiritual.
Justin looks amused, but he is noticeably looking around rather than staring at the rest of the guards at this point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once the prayer concludes, you can see that there are other family members waiting in line to speak to the bride and groom, friends, people who perhaps actually know them. So both of them, like, politely, like, nod at you and, like, turn their attention away.
Can I have Justin do the
Oh, yeah, sure. What's up?
yeah, because he's kind of an asshole, and I wanted to kind of show that.
Okay.
Always
What are you doing? Uh-oh.
But again, I want to make sure everyone was done because it will end the interaction with the couple.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
That's why I was making sure everyone's done. So everyone's done.
I'm scared.
Yep.
Okay, it's really not that bad. It's kind of just a way to have him be a jerk. But can I as I said when like the prayer was going on and stuff, he was looking around at the people that looked unhappy before. Can I roll a check onto what those people are up to now, how they doing now?
The 4 suspicious people?
Yes.
Sure, go
And just
ahead.
people in the crowd in general, but mostly them.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Oh, can I also make a check? Because now that the couple's like nodding so we can go, I'm actually kind of looking away at this moment as well.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Lale's probably still like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I met her. But I
Mhm.
think she might.
Well,
do
this
it.
would happen before they were dismissed. Going to make that point.
Okay.
So she's still praying.
Yes.
Not just finish praying, let's say,
Okay.
when this happens.
May I also make a check along with you for the same information?
Yes.
This is insight, correct?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
God damn it,
Roll
Justin. Why are
that.
you getting bad rolls at all the things you're supposed to be good at?
Hey! Okay. Nice.
Justin got a 9.
I got let me check my modifier real quick. 18.
But what he's gonna do is it doesn't change regardless.
Okay. Justin, you are getting the vibe that the crowd is happy, generally, except for the 4 folks who are not. They seem to be exactly where you saw them last time. I will further describe them after we're done with this interaction. And who else rolled?
Me.
Who's
Mira.
me? Mira. Okay. Mira, you
Mira
maybe
rolled an 18.
Mira, you maybe determine that yes, the crowd is very happy. A lot of them are like drunk already. Like the constant vigilance perhaps is not the vibe of the room anymore. So you're gonna have to pick up the slack as the guard. And of course the 4 people in the corners are as they were. They haven't been spoken to or anything. They haven't moved. They haven't done anything suspicious as far as you can tell. But definitely in need of questioning, perhaps.
Mira relaxes slightly. She was starting to get a little worried about it, but she puts it in the back of her mind that as soon as we get away from the couple, we should start going around and trying to subtly ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is everyone satisfied, or is anyone else gonna do a roll?
I like that.
That's it for now.
We're good? Okay, so I can move on. Everyone's happy.
Yes.
Yep.
Of course.
All right. Okay. So as soon as Justin was kind of getting restless at this point with all these formalities. And of course there's a lot like, group building around them and stuff, and they're here to guard. So, Lale does her prayer. He's kind of, bouncing his leg a little bit, and as soon as tell that she is done, he kind of steps forward and in the most polite, delightful tone you have ever heard, he says, "All right, this has been delightfully boring. Shall we go do our jobs?"
Lolly's ready to slap him senseless.
He wants to go where the excitement is, and it was exciting at first, but now he is bored. But
Lolly
he
gives
still
him a
has like
glower.
he has a pretty neutral, like, but kind of sly, just little smile. Like he kind of knows he's being a jerk, and he is thrilled about it. So he, so he's and everyone else can act accordingly.
Behind you,
including
as you talk to the group.
Sorry.
As you talk to the group, you're not perhaps directly facing the couple anymore, but behind you, you can vaguely hear Garth telling Tinoch, "I have got to tell the captain to better vet his new recruits. What is this one? What gutter did they pull this guy out of?" It's fine.
His smile grows wider.
Pretty much right after Justin says that, Mira is just like really kind of mortified and awkward, and she's like, "Well, it has been wonderful to speak with you today. Congratulations on the wedding, and yes, we should be getting back to our job." And she just kind of gives a very confused look to Justin as like, "Why'd you say that?"
Justin, you
Every look of
cunt.
disapproval he's getting
Lale?
only makes his smile wider.
Wait, can I say what Lale is thinking?
What's
Absolutely.
Lale thinking?
Oh, Lale definitely gives a very formal bow and gesture to the 2 royals. And then she just looks at Justin. like she wants to
Justin.
like whoop Justin, and she just glowers at him again. Like I'm gonna, like literally the La Rochelle meme again.
Justin,
The one meme.
this is God speaking. Justin, look at me, buddy. Why are you pissing off your healer? Justin,
pisses
this
off
is me
everybody.
on high as a former Mercy main in Overwatch. Justin, what are you doing?
Justin fears nothing.
Sorry, continue.
I'm gonna let you get turned into a bug.
Is Mazian up to anything?
Bazian, as soon as Justin says that, like she kind of side eyes him because she's like, "What do you mean that was boring? That was like so interesting. And didn't you see my cool bracelet? I put so much effort into that." And she just gives him a nasty little glare.
He is glowing. This
Okay.
man has never been happier.
You are
Kaylee,
She goes
becoming
out of
a
her way to say, like, I'm not affiliated with him.
same here, same.
Kaylee, the public is braying for your demise in my Twitch chat. They say Justin's gonna be the first one to try out the permanent effects table because he's not gonna get healed. It's fine. I'm
Well,
totally
it's gonna be
fine.
a
I do
bare
not make
minimum.
combat hard. Combat's not hard. Alright. Anyways. While you guys are walking away from the happy couple, they've got parents and grandchildren 7 times removed to say hello to for this first time in a millennia, probably, for dragons. Let me describe to you our 4 suspicious individuals. In one corner, in the shadow of 2 arches, kind of literally as far out of sight as physically possible, you can see a large, maybe 10-foot long serpentine form curled up like a rattlesnake. This amphitheater, whoever they might be, is clearly not having fun at this event. They're curled up as if, like, do not talk to me. If you talk to me, I will bite your head off kind of vibe. They are wearing some sort of little hat. So they're clearly a guest, not like some sort of break-in. But not having a good time. Very clearly.
So they're a dragon?
They are a dragon. They're currently in their dragony form.
That is suspicious.
Hold on. I got 3 other
Unrelated-
suspicious
Sorry.
guys here. Our second person is standing in front of the bar. She is also a dragon, but not transformed into her draconic form. She's in her humanoid form, much like Tinoch is. A older woman with vibrant plumage for hair, swirling a wine glass and looking absolutely just disgusted. With everyone that wanders in front of her, and she's like standing firmly in front of the bar. Like people have to go around her to get to the bar. So she has planted herself
bar
in
hug.
the way. And she's kind of grumpily sipping her wine. On kind of in like the doorway of one of the larger town buildings, which is like kind of encroaching into the courtyard, you see a man who looks more worried than angry. Even from this far distance, he's an older guy, and you can see that he is sweating through his suit. And it's not very hot out, so that's interesting. But he's rubbing the back of his neck. He's like pinching the space between his eyebrows. Every time somebody passes him with champagne, he takes one and swigs it down. Doesn't seem to be helping. You don't know how many glasses he is in deep, but he's worried about something. And then another guy in the corner, who's sitting at a table, all by himself, arms crossed, legs crossed, observing the crowd with a massive smile. Not smile, a frown on his face. That would be creepy if it was a smile. This guy is dressed to the absolute nines, perhaps even better than Garth is. You can tell that he spent a lot of money on what he's wearing, and he seems to be alone. So, those are our 4 disgruntled individuals. You may speak to them in any order you wish. Your goal is, again, from your guard captain here, figure out what's up, and he's got a hunch that something bad is gonna happen, So figure out if any of them are tied to this quote unquote bad thing. If the bad thing can be stopped, why bad thing, etc. Get as much information as you can before this bad thing hypothetically happens to this wedding.
Wait.
So
Wait. Wait, I know where I want to go.
I would say decide on where you want to go together, because you should
I
all
think
be
we should
traveling as a
go-
pack.
I think we should go to the disgruntled man first because he looks very worried.
Which one?
the worried man?
The worried man or the sitting man?
The worried one who's sweating through his suit and gulping down.
Okay, that's what I was thinking as well.
Thea?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Justin is going to be disgruntled about the rest of the group being unanimous because he wanted to go talk to the guy that's alone at the table.
Well, the thing
But-
is,
Woohoo.
we might be able to more easily get information out of the guy who looks very nervous, don't you think?
I agree.
Yeah, Mazian is more interested in the well-dressed guy because she's like, "Ooh, nice suit." But she also is like, I have to do my job first, and that guy is looking really nervous.
Justin would kind of shrug and be like, "Oh, valid arguments."
We can go
Weird.
to
So
the
he-
guy at the table next, though. He does seem interesting.
Lale just wants to help.
Oh,
him.
aren't you
He
nice?
looks stressed.
That was Justin, not me. This man's
Sorry.
an asshole. But yeah, Justin just he just kind of like mockingly acknowledges the middle ground she is meeting with him, but he does accept it. He goes like, he follows along with their plan, but he does not
All
look
right.
all that thrilled about it.
Okay, so you guys walk up to the concerned looking man in the doorway. You catch him just as he's grabbing yet another glass of champagne, which he quickly downs before the waiter can even really get away from him. He puts it back on the tray, and he turns to all of you. You can see a bead of sweat drip down his brow. He's balding, so it's very clear that he's a nervous guy. He's wrinkled. He's an older man. You'd say maybe in his 60s, perhaps. And he is also wearing very finely tailored clothing, perhaps slightly out of date, slightly out of fashion, but definitely well made. He says, welcome to the wedding. Thank you for attending. Please do make yourselves at home. Food, drink. He grabs another drink from a waiter. Drink. Anyone want a drink?
Justin kind of tilts his head a little bit and just goes, "Quite the drinker, aren't you?"
The man freezes as he's about to bring the glass to his lips. He says, this is my first glass, and I don't even here. He hands it to Marzian, for the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Did he already drink out of this?
No,
or is
he
this
was
new?
he was about to, and then he didn't
Oh,
because
okay.
he got called out.
Then she will accept it then, but she kind of eyeballs it like, I'm just gonna keep it away from him, actually.
That's so real. So my character is like, oh yes, it is a lovely wedding. So what's your relation to the couple?
Do you want to make a history check real quick? You can all
Of
make a history
course.
check on this guy.
I would love to make a history
Tony
check
dice?
on this
Oh.
guy.
History check.
History check.
Oh boy, Justin's worst attribute. Oh my god.
Oh, great.
Justin is going to
Fantastic.
actively lose knowledge about this man.
I've
I
never
rolled
seen
an-
him before. I hit my head.
I rolled an eight.
Because he rolled.
An 8. Ooh, we got an 8. What else we got?
I know it doesn't matter if it's below 0, but Justin got a -9.
You literally, you're like,
got a
I've never even
19.
seen a man above 50 before. What are you? Gross.
I got a
17.
-1.
No, wait. I don't know. So it's
-1, yeah,
it's
you
the
don't.
dice you rolled plus your proficiency, right?
The dice you roll
Plus
plus
the
the modifier plus the proficiency. Yes.
Okay, cool.
And it's your magic modifier.
Yes.
Oh, I
Like-
got 22.
22,
Yeah, like-
and then what was the
Damn,
other
high
number?
roller. Mine?
Yes, the other number, yes. The other positive number.
Just double check. 8.
Alright, 8. You don't know who this guy is specifically, but probably someone important. And then with the higher than a 20, this guy is the town leader, aka Garth's father. This is the father-in-law. Father to the groom. He's been lording over this town for quite a bit. It's in the family. He inherited the town from his father, who inherited from his father, etc., etc. And eventually, presumably, Garth might get it. You're actually not sure whether he's the first son, or the first child, I should say. But yeah, so the father to the groom is for some reason freaking out about this wedding.
Can Mira do something real quick?
Sure.
So, since Mira doesn't know and she, like, looks over, who made the really good check again?
Me, that was me.
Okay, she looks over and she just really discreetly goes, You seem to know this man. He seems important. You mind telling me who he is?
To me?
Yeah.
To you.
Okay. Yeah. So what do I would love to tell it to Mira because I think Lala is getting like, she's like, this Mira girl is pretty cute.
Well, I don't know if I can,
You're here.
I just wanted to try to have Justin eavesdrop on them.
Yeah.
Would that be perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Giving your healing chances.
Oh, okay.
And what does Lale say in response, real quick?
I don't know the history, so, but do I say what you told me, right?
Yeah, so you do know the history. I just told it to
Justin
you.
got an 18.
Oh, okay. She says basically that he is the father of the groom and that he is she tells she tells Mira everything, almost everything. But and that so he's basically the father of the groom and he's the leader of the town. He doesn't know if like you know if he's gonna wait, what was it again with like the information again? I'm so sorry.
So he's the leader of the town. He's Garth's father, and you don't know why he's nervous.
At the mention that this man is like the leader and the groom's father, Garth's father, Mira perks up a little bit and is kind of getting her notebook out, ready to like see if he can ask the father of the groom some questions as well, and maybe also glean some information for the real job here. So that's what she's doing at the moment. And Justin, Kaylee, Justin, you wanted to make a check to see if you're eavesdropping on us?
Yes, he rolled an 18. Well, he got an 18.
Okay. So I
So I
assume
feel like-
you heard
Yeah,
everything.
you heard.
Everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thankfully, Lale
Um.
does not notice. I don't think.
Well, she would if I had him do what my brain is telling me to, but I want to let Mira do her thing, so.
Okay, so may I speak with this man?
Of course, he's right in front of you.
Oh, of course. And so after hearing that, she's like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Well, congratulations on your son's wedding. I'm sure this is a day with so many emotions. You must be like excited. Yeah, tell me how you're feeling about this."
Oh,
Actually,
I'm so excited. Thank you for asking. He said completely unconvincingly. He seems like he's about to have a panic attack, actually.
Justin audibly snickers.
He wipes a bead of sweat from his brow. Just so much to think about. So much to plan for. Oh, God. What?
all right.
Is she gonna lay an egg?
Justin laughed.
Are my grandkids gonna be eggs?
Full on laughter.
He
He's thrilled.
he makes a very upset face and just like, this is a very serious question.
Oh, of course it is.
And then Mira's just like kind of awkwardly writing down those quotes and like, yeah, we. I'm
Can
sure
they
this
even
is
have
quite historic.
children? Can they even do what they gotta do to continue our proud line? I don't know. I don't want to ask It seems so filthy. I'm a
Would
proper
you
man,
like
you
me
see,
to
and he
ask
fixes
for
his
you?
tie.
Lale would
You're-
probably just tell him to sit down and to maybe have a glass of water and that like from what she knows of dragons, they can work that she'd maybe will try to calm him down and assure him with what her knowledge.
Do you want to make a bestiary check to see what your knowledge is about dragons and
Oh.
eggs?
Totally. Okay,
some loose
bestiary, that is in 0, so I'm gonna roll my die again. Please be it's 7.
7 total?
No. That was the number I rolled. So it would be 7 plus 0 plus 0.
Okay. So then it's 7,
Which is
right?
7.
So if you don't have like positive in it, it's just 0,
It's
right?
just 0, unless you have a
Yeah, 7.
negative, which case it's -7.
It's 7. Just
Okay,
7.
gotcha. Yeah, you've got no fucking clue. You assume they come out of eggs. There's a lot of drawings of them with eggs, and like, old legends have dragons laying eggs, but you don't know if that's like human tall tales or like she's gonna lay an egg. You don't know.
I think then she would just assure him, like, even if they did lay an egg, that they're still one of the god's children, and that he should be proud about that. That his line is being mixed with such an ancient and magnificent one.
It's ancient and magnificent, but like dragons live a long time. Am I even gonna be alive when my grandchildren hatch?
You'll see them in the afterlife.
He looks at you like literally I can't even describe how he looks at you. His eyes just like go like completely watery and like he's looking completely confused. Like what?
Justin adds to the horror by poking out from behind her shoulder and saying, "And if it doesn't work out, you can always see how a dragon omelet tastes."
And then she slaps him.
Why, I ought to throw all of you out of here. Get out of my sight. He won't talk to you anymore.
Can she yell at Justin and scold him, please?
Of course. go for it.
Absolutely.
You have to make a new check for that.
No, you just yell at him.
Okay, you
Dialogue.
insolent little fool. I was trying to comfort him, and you are doing the opposite. Who even invited you, you demonic clown? You know, maybe you should go to confession sometimes. You are the most heinous person I met in my life. One of the few most heinous.
Excuse me, I know we're not really getting along here. But that's an understatement, gods. But we have to do work, and I don't know. Let's just move aside a little. We don't want to be in his earshot. Where are we? We're not right next to him
No,
anymore.
he's walked away. He will not speak to you anymore. You've lost this trail. This trail has gone cold due to your actions.
Can I like
Okay, wait. Can I finish what I'm saying? Sorry.
sorry?
So we should still keep an eye on him. One of us should probably still keep an eye on him, but I think his anxiety is just very much normal anxiety and not knowing the future, what the future holds with his town and also I suppose his grandchildren. So I think we should move on to the others. That's
Lolly
what
agrees, but it's still
wanna-
really pissed at Justin and really is tempting to put a silence spell on him.
I just want to get a visualization real quick. How tall is Lale? How tall is everybody?
She's short. She's a short queen. She's like 5. She's like Smith's height.
We don't know how tall Smith
would you-
is.
funny. Okay, okay, so some IRL information. I am 5'3", and I suppose this is a time to divulge
You're
my
taller than
character's
me.
height.
I'm 5. Just 5.
I'm
Well,
5'5".
my character is
Wait,
also
yeah,
5.
you were taller than me in high school, Sam. What do you mean you're 5?
I shrunk.
What the fuck? I'm 5'1". You were 5'2" in high school. Sorry.
I
I just
shrunk.
what? Sorry. Anyway, continue. My bad.
That's 6.
Sorry, continue.
Actually, she's probably
Mira-
a bit shorter than Smitha. Sorry.
Okay, so Lale is 5 foot what? 2?
Probably 5'1".
5'1". Same height
My
as me.
character's
How tall is
5'.
Mira?
5'0".
Okay, Mira's 5 foot. And how tall is Mazian?
Mazian is probably about like 5'6", 5'8", somewhere around there. She's a
Okay.
bit tall.
Okay. Because Justin is like 5'2", so Lala yelling at him would be very funny. He's 6'2".
Oh,
He's
6'2". You
6'2"?
said 5'2".
I ment 6'2".
Yeah, I thought that would be
I was
like
like,
them getting
dang,
each other's
Mazian's in the
Sorry.
short gang.
I meant 6'2". My bad. I was looking at the number 5 because I'm taking notes.
Mhm.
I have
So
to
I
say
meant
that
6'2".
Big boy.
I have to say that like it's even more insane how big Justin's hat is in the picture. Knowing how tall he actually is.
Lala
pointing
is
at the
the
thing.
inside of his hat.
That is a long
Um,
hat.
Okay, so I just want to say his reaction to the scolding real quick before like that happened before Mira spoke up.
Mhm.
It was Mira that spoke up, right? I'm trying to keep up with everyone who's belongs to everyone. So Mira is Smitha, which is blue. Lale is Cars, which is green. Sorry, I'm looking at the Discord icons. And Mazian is Thea, which is beige. Okay.
Beige.
Okay. So
Fascinating.
I'm looking at the Discord like icon colors to know what to link to who. So Justin, he was kind of like after the initial slap, he does not look like offended or anything. He looks absolutely amused. He's kind of like rubbing his cheek a little bit. The makeup kind of got a little bit messed up. And he's kind of just grinning as she scolds him and just kind of letting her say her piece with looking not at all perturbed by her words towards him. And it seems like he's about to say something, but when Mira speaks up, he happily allows it to move on. As though he kind of just takes no serious offense to the argument or anything. He's just kind of like, yep. He looks amused by it, if anything. Especially
Nice.
because he's like looking down at her with like this grin.
This is so funny, the height difference.
Yeah, he's just looking down at like this woman who is over a foot shorter. Over a foot.
About a
Right?
foot.
Yeah, over a foot shorter than him, and he's just like smiling as she yells at him.
May I decide?
Hmm?
This reminds me of that POV, you're just a little hater meme.
Yeah.
Real.
Just a
Yeah,
layer.
basically.
Wait, Yo,
Um,
I'm
so-
redrawing this.
So when Garth walked away, he seemed pissed off, right? I would assume.
No, that was not Garth. That was Garth's father. You
Sorry,
did
not
not get
Garth's
his.
father.
You didn't get his
Garth's
name.
father. I meant Garth's father,
Yeah.
not Garth. I was looking at the name.
You
on the
never
screen.
asked his name, so you don't know his name.
Oopsie, but he
coming
looked
back,
pissed off
guys.
when he walked away, right?
Yes, he was not happy.
Okay, he looked absolutely pissed off.
Yes.
So Justin's one little quip that he got in before Mira spoke up would just be, well, he doesn't look anxious anymore.
Yes, he does.
I suppose you are
Well, he looks
right.
more angry than anxious, and Justin is taking that. He will say it anyway.
Mira
Lala
just-
just rolled her eyes.
Mira just sighs in frustration, is like, yeah, I suppose not.
Even though he does.
Lala
Justin
wants to go off
gaslighting
on her
Mira.
own.
Okay. So, who
does
would you like to
Mazion
visit
do anything?
next?
If I remember correctly, we did want to go and talk to the gentleman at the table.
Does Mazion want to do anything about all that just happened before we continue?
Excuse me.
I don't know. She's just like, well, that was horrible. That went terrible. Can we just keep this one behind us, not talking to anybody?
Good luck, he's taller than all of you. Which, actually, if she says that out loud,
Yes.
yes, Justin would say, good luck, you're all much shorter than me.
I'll kick you in the kneecaps, tall bastard.
That might be a bad idea.
Lala's
As
Guys,
you
can we
guys,
just get back to our
as
job?
hold on, as you guys are talking, your captain comes on over. He sees squabbling. He says, "Attention, recruits!
Mira just like really exaggeratedly just straightens up, stressed out now. Like, oh my god, am I gonna lose my 1-day job?
What
Yes.
is going on over here? Why did that man run away even angrier than he was before? I thought we were supposed to be figuring out what the problem was, not making new problems. Who's
Um,
at
Hopefully
fault
we're
here?
just soothing his worries.
Lale
Sir,
would be like, oh, sorry.
I mean,
Lale would
I
be
suppose
like,
you can go first.
Lale would explain the situation, be like, it was all Justin. If he wasn't here, the man would be feeling way better. This clown is this literally she would just like, I don't, she's not the person to blame, but she's just like infuriated with him.
This literal clown.
He looks thrilled.
Listen, all I'm going to say is that if Lord Delium has a problem with me after this, because of you people, you're gonna be spending the rest of your year under the jail. Got it? He kind of points his little bit dull spear at Justin. Hold it
Yes,
together.
sir.
And then Lale would probably be like, can I put a silence spell on him?
No, because I need you all to be able to talk to the guests. And if one
Oh.
of them was being dragged around with a silent spell, it might look like there's a problem. And we don't want there to be a problem. Do we, Justin?
Yes.
Justin's just smiling like, of course, sir.
That's what I
Excuse
thought.
me.
If you want to
May I
live to
add
jingle another day.
Smitha.
No. You finished. May I? You want to live to jingle another
If
day?
you want to
and then
live to
Mira's
jingle
like,
another day, you're gonna behave. Otherwise,
yes, sir.
consider yourself dragon food.
Excuse me, sir. Before you get back to your job, we did find out a little bit of information. That conversation went south. It appears that we were looking at the father of the bride or the groom. My bad. We were looking at the father of the groom, and though he did seem a bit anxious and suspiciously so, we do believe that it's just normal fears about the wedding and marriage, but we want to keep an eye on him going forward, but not very much, I don't think.
I see. Yes, well, it's only natural to be worried about your kid during such a historic event like this.
Yeah, he had great many concerns about the nature of his potential grandchildren and eggs.
Your captain's gonna make a little face at that, like, oh, I didn't think about that till now.
Justin
Says,
snickers.
I see. Well,
It's all under the bridge.
I'm sure if Lord Garth lays an egg, he's surely been warned beforehand that might happen. So, anyways, let's move on from this conversation. I'm suddenly regretting my breakfast choice. So, who amongst the guests are you going to be speaking to next? Politely.
Probably the guy. Oh, do any of you guys want to go first?
Well, it's up to you guys because Justin was the first one to suggest talking to the guy sitting at the table, and now that everybody hates him, it's up to you if they still want to do that.
Okay.
I'm still
Maybe the
personally
dragon.
interested.
Mazian still wants to talk to that guy.
All right. Sounds
Lale
like
He likes
really
the cut of his
wants to
jib.
Go away from y'all, but she has to oblige.
So, before we go talk to the mysterious well-dressed man at the table, we are going to take a 5-minute bathroom water snack break. Go do what you
Yippee.
gotta do for the next 5 minutes. Meet me back here.
Yellow bye.
Yay!
Bye.
So how about them omelets?
I'm so sorry for my man.
It's so funny.
I'm like on one hand I feel bad him and that interaction short, but on the other, holy shit. I couldn't not have him say that. I was just like, like, there were some things that I've kind of held back on him doing because, like, I don't want to, have him in the spotlight too much or ruin too many moments. But like, he's written to be a kind of a like in the way asshole. So he just
He's so
wants
funny.
he just wants to be entertained, and he does not care what happens to achieve that. And I'm glad that he is successfully being funny because he's kind of he's supposed to be like an asshole character, but like a lovable asshole character, if you get me.
Mhm.
Like, where like he's terrible and you hate him, but oh my god, I love him type of thing,
Someone you love to hate.
Yeah, basically. He's supposed to be one of those, love to hate kind of characters.
He's gonna get
'Cause-
scruffed.
yeah, if he gets smacked, he's just fucking dying. It's fine. He deserves it.
Salute.
Oh
He
my
went down
god.
doing what he
See,
loved.
See, there was one other thing he was going to say, but I held back on it because I realized he would be smarter than that. Where when the guy was like, you're gonna find out what the prison looks like, and Justin was just gonna be like, it's a good idea to test the security. Like,
Oh my god.
What is
implying
happening?
something a little bit, but I
What
decided
sort
not
of
to
menace
do
is
that.
Justin being?
I held back on him saying that when he was threatened with jail time, of him like essentially threatening to escape the prison and implying he has done so before.
Imagine
But I
Lale
decided-
having to be imprisoned with Justin.
Oh my god, I
Oh
think there would be
no.
a fucking
Come out
riot
of
on
hell.
the first day.
He would not
It's so
survive.
funny because Lale obviously has so much hatred for Justin, and Justin is just having the fucking time of his life, making her miserable.
Enemies to lovers when.
Like, oh my god. Like, he's just like he's here to do a job, but like investigative work isn't his thing. He likes the exciting stuff, and investigative, unless the person's particularly interesting, is not exciting, so he just wants to make it exciting. And sometimes that might fuck it up a little bit.
Also, sorry about earlier if you heard a very loud Find My Phone notification. My mom called me and I didn't hear that she was calling me, so I guess she got worried
Okay.
and started doing Find My Phone. I called her back
Understandable.
in a short break.
Also, Lale is getting drawn because I have to draw the face that Justin made when she glared at him earlier.
I'm
because the
I'm
fucking-
imagining like knife cat face.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yep, there you go. You got it. You understand Justin perfectly. That's 100% accurate. Yeah. This man
Hello.
is here for a good time, not a long time. Hello.
Oh no.
Look
What's going on?
Look at text chat, guys.
Look,
This is
Well,
literally
Sam, you-
Lale and Justin. I'm drawing
missed-
them.
you missed the little detail I said when you were gone, Sam. I said there was one thing I held back on having Justin say because it came to mind, and I was like, okay, I do
Oh,
think he'd be
no.
smarter than that.
Yeah.
Because like he's trying to just make things entertaining, and in doing so might fuck stuff up, and he does not care.
Mhm.
But he doesn't want to actively like get himself like fucking in cuffs. So
Uh-huh.
when the guy like threatened him with prison time, there was that little voice in the back of my head of Justin's own thoughts of being like, oh, it's a good idea to test your prison security.
Yeah, that would have got me thrown in jail.
But I was like, I should probably not say that because that implies
Kaylee
one, he
writes
has been in
herself
prison
out of the
before.
game.
One, he has been in prison before. Two, he has escaped prison before.
Yeah.
So I decided Justin would be smart enough not to say that, but he just had a smoke on his face. Like, it was in his mind, but he did not say it.
I'm just testing out rolling my
This man is a
dice in a
menace.
bowl.
Yeah, I have a cough drop in my mouth, so we're gonna take another minute just to
Okay.
chill.
Man is a menace.
How we doing
Honest-
so far? We're enjoying ourselves?
I am enjoying myself. I love Lale and Justin's relationship. It is actually hilarious.
I am sorry
Fanfiction
that
about
Justin
them.
ended that interaction early, though. For
But
anyone
my-
who had a plan on something else to do, I am sorry he ended that early, but it was in
thing-
character.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, it's okay.
My thing is that personally, I'm just kicking back and watching this character interaction in my mouth But Mira is just increasingly getting very nervous because she is very conflict averse. She's not like she likes being around people, but she's not like the most talkative type, and she just likes to be in her own little peaceful corner, writing, doing her little nerd stuff, and now not only does she have to do a lot of socialization for her job, but she has to deal with all this conflict, which is scary.
Is Mira
See,
gonna
I hope
like
her
is Mira gonna like take notes on everything that happened, like down to the exact wording of things like, oh, and then she called him a B word.
no.
Molly would never say a B word.
Justin in the history
Her
books.
her
As
history
years.
classes basically have given her a good idea of what is noteworthy for the records, and petty guard squabbles unfortunately aren't going to make it into the report, but they
Damn.
will make it inside her memory for the rest of her life.
I promise
God.
she will become famous writing the most important like soap opera of the generation just from this party.
Excellent.
Enemies
just
to lovers
laughing 'cause
She will
one.
take note of this, and
It's-
maybe she'll write it in a novel someday.
It's so funny because I'm like, I feel like Mazian, Lale, and Miro probably get along so well if this fucking asshole wasn't here ruining everything. Like, these girlies would be like an absolute best friendies group, I think, if this man was not here.
Well,
It's girls'
leave
night
it to
and
a
Justin
random
invited
man
himself.
to fuck
Girls'
it up.
night and also
Awesome
this
friend
guy.
group. Evil, intimidating gesture.
Yeah. Evil and
Sometimes the family is the three girlies and the man they hate.
All right, but
I
it
love it.
seems like we're all back, and we've got no time to waste. We just are an hour away from the end of the session. We haven't even gotten to combat. I was a fool for thinking this would be a one
We
shot.
kind of did. Did Justin take one hit of damage from that slap?
No, you
'Cause
did
that'd be funny.
not. No,
Aw.
no.
He has a 0 strength.
0 strength means no damage.
Damn.
Uh,
I could use
But-
slight magic.
No wonder he didn't give a shit.
so, you guys now have to go talk to someone else. So I believe you're talking to the well-dressed, angry gentleman at the table? Question mark?
Yes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's where you're going.
All right. As you wander over to him, you see that he is drinking some sort of hard liquor from a cup that does not match any of the rest of the sets that are here, implying that he brought his own. It's a fine crystal goblet, much nicer than what is being made available to the layman here. He looks at you with distaste as you approach. And as you approach, you can see his chair is firmly angled to get a good look at the bride and groom. And as you wander up, you can tell maybe he's slightly drunk, more than slightly. And he says, "What?
May
What do
I
you
actually
want?"
make a check to see what I know about this person
Sure, go for it.
and if he's important?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a what type of check? History?
History.
Yeah,
Recent
what
history.
I'm good at.
I'm not even bothering with history checks because Justin has
You
negative
can always get a
11 on
natural
that,
20, and then you just lock the
That's
fuck
true.
in.
which would be very, very funny.
Hold on, I know this guy.
I got a
I met him
12.
before.
Alright, a 12. Anyone else?
You want me
He
to
did
do
not
one?
get a natural 20.
If you want to.
He
do
did?
He did not.
Oh.
He got
I
a.
got a 17, which is
17.
23.
23.
I got
12,
23. 23.
Justin got a 3.
3. No, Justin, you don't know shit.
He never does.
Alright. If you got below a 15, you know that this is a fancy man about town. You don't know his exact role, but you've seen him. He's quite the financially stable gentleman. But again, you don't know his name. If you got above a 15, you know that this guy's first name is Thomas. He is another landed noble from this little town of Suncrest. And other than that, he doesn't really seem to have much of a job aside from, maybe some trading, some organizing of the laymen into jobs and whatnot. But he doesn't do any hard labor. He's not a town leader or a future town leader. He just seems to have a lot of money, perhaps from a, ancestor that was a little richer than he was. He spends it wildly, often without care. And people in town generally don't seem to like him much.
He's very much just kind of an idle noble who doesn't
Yeah.
really do anything.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not like he's, Garth's family obviously has its haters, justifiably. All nobles are bastards. But this guy, like, is especially just like, who the fuck are you, man? Get a job.
I'm gonna go with the idea that Justin knows literally nothing about this guy. He just
Yeah.
looks rich, and that's about all he knows.
Robbable.
Lale probably hates him and wishes he could give some of his money to the church and to everyone.
Justin wants some of his money.
You can smell the gold on him. Like, literally, you can smell
He
it.
hates him.
It's cologne.
Well, I don't think he hates anyone except I'm choosing.
But as you guys walk up to him and you get a good look at him, he just says, "What? What do you want?"
Can Mazian kind of like shoulder it and be like, "Whoa, your suit is so fabulous. I've never seen it quality quite like this before. Who designed it?"
My personal tailor. He designs all my clothing. Nothing
You
like
have
it
a
in the
personal
world.
tailor? That's amazing.
Of course I have a personal tailor. Who are you?
Of course he does.
Off the rack?
Oh, I'm Mazian. I'm an aspiring fashion designer, so I love to see all these designs. I think it's just so cool.
Huh. Well, if you prove yourself elsewhere, you have my employ in 30 years or so. He takes another swig.
How exciting.
What do you want, ugly? He's talking to Justin.
Was that
Justin, yeah.
Was that directed at Justin?
Yeah, it's directed directly at Justin. What do you want, ugly?
Why she likes him.
Justin just gives a grin and just like, well, I know my makeup got a little messed up earlier, but
He gives you a scathing look. He says, and you know what he doesn't say? He looks around and then, like, with his glass and a fork, he taps it loudly. No one pays attention to him. He's alone in this corner. But he says, "Somebody left their freak! Somebody come get your freak! I have your freak!"
Oh my god.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, what? What do you want?
You seem quite important.
thank
I'm
you.
actually here to take some notes regarding the ceremony and write a report. So, would you kindly just let me know what your relation to this couple is and what your thoughts on the wedding are?
I sorry. Could he react real quick to the freak
Can.
comment?
Mhm.
Real quick. I don't
Okay.
want to interrupt Smitha, but
Yeah, go ahead.
No worries.
okay. So when that did happen, Justin would kind of lean on the table a little bit, and his like generally nonchalant, like kind of sassy grin would kind of darken a bit. Like this kind of like this would be the first time you guys that if anyone does anyone want to do a fucking an insight check here?
I'm doing insight.
I do.
The crowd uproars.
Oh my god.
I
I
got
actually
3.
rolled good for once. This is
Nice.
amazing.
I got a 13.
Okay.
A 22.
Oh shit.
I rolled very shittily.
It's okay. I got
Oh,
a 2.
What'd you get?
I got a 13.
So a 13, a 22, and did a 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess Mira's I guess she wouldn't notice, but the other two can
I'm
very
too busy
visibly
trying to talk to the guy at the table.
Yeah, I was gonna say like she could be like preparing her notebook or something.
Yeah. Yep. That's basically
But
it.
but the other two can see this kind of like Justin, even though he still has a smile on his face, it visibly shifts from his usual kind of like shit eating, just kind of having a good time, asshole like shit eating grin. And it kind of shifts to this much darker, like you can see the violence kind of just in his eyes, like, oh, this man might actually kind of be dangerous a little bit. Like there's just kind of this complete shift in his expression. And he just kind of goes, he kind of like opens his mouth and a threat begins to come out of his mouth. Like he's just kind of like I'm not he's smarter with threats than I am. Um um he would shit words. Let me um he would make such a good threat, and the thing is not practiced at that. Can I just say he makes a threat
Yeah, sure.
based on the things the guy is holding. So like the fork and the glass would take factor in
Maybe
that
he
threat
just
that he makes.
Okay. You're
Um
threatening the guy?
it doesn't seem like an active like I'm going to hurt you right now. It just seems like more of a like a say that again, bitch type of thing,
Mhm.
you know.
or he just like looks ominously at the things he's holding and is thinking about using them against him.
Yeah, he's you know, he's there is like violence in his eyes, but he's not like actively like, you know, appearing as though he is going to harm anybody. You can just tell that he has in the past.
Mhm,
And what
mhm.
does the numbers we rolled mean about that? Like how much insight we're getting?
The two that rolled above a 10 is what my kind of number that I picked was. It was just if you noticed the shift in the violence in his eyes, Mira just would have just seen his usual smile and not have noticed kind of that subtle shift to a darker look rather than just his usual calm smile.
Interesting. I'm glad I rolled
That's how I did it
13.
anyway. Yeah, so you and Mazian did see like the darkness kind of like this. You can probably kind of glean that this man has probably done some, you know, this man is not just an innocent clown. There's something else going on here.
Bit.
Something else is going on. But Mira would not notice that. She was too focused on her notes, I suppose.
Something
Yeah, I know,
something well
actually.
within the ability of a level 5 guard, I hope.
Yes, naturally. You know, in his yeah, he's done stuff, but you know, within whatever reason.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
Well, the guy at the table is too drunk to notice you're threatening him, which is probably for the best. Because this also absolutely seems like someone who would clap you in irons without a second thought and then let you rot in an oubliette for the rest of your life. And I'm not kidding. You might want to be careful around the next couple people because it's only going to get more intense from here. And genuinely, I don't want you to write yourself out of the game.
Got it.
This is word of God right here.
All right.
You don't
And
want
then
to
I guess
upset
Mira
the
can,
witnesses. Think of it as the eighth
interrupt.
attorney. If you upset all the witnesses, you can't solve the case, and then you can't be Phoenix Wright, who's correct, because that's his name. Okay, sorry. Mira was talking to the guy.
Mira did not notice any of that because, yeah, she is pretty socially awkward anyway, so she wouldn't have caught that. It's in character. But thankfully, she just miraculously happened to diffuse the situation by just being like, "Oh, you seem quite important. What are your thoughts on the couple, and what is your relation, and what are your thoughts on the wedding today?"
Yeah, I'm
Just
important, obviously. My thoughts. I'm sure they'll have a happy marriage. I'm sure they're gonna be happy together. He takes another very violent drink. He doesn't seem pleased.
Can I make actually, I'm thinking, can I make an insight check onto what he is thinking, and can I see if Mira gleans anything about his very obvious?
Before you do
Not
that,
happy
he's
feeling.
not exactly hiding his feelings here, so he's gonna continue mumbling under his breath. So hold that thought. You might not even need it. He's gonna go. It should have been me. I should have got a beautiful dragon wife. I don't. What has he got that I don't have? Fucking famous dad. I got famous dad. What does she see in that guy? And then he drinks again.
I
Mira's
think well,
just kind of writing this all down, not to put in her official report because that's really weird. But she's writing this down because it's like, okay,
This is my report page, and this is the page for the tea I have later to sell to my friends.
exactly.
LA would be very concerned for him. Oh, sorry for interrupting, Smitha. I
No
think
worries.
she'd just sit down and be like, "You need to take a break from the alcohol," and then she'd probably try to like comfort him in a way and be
Okay,
like,
can you make a support check to do that?
Yes, of course.
While that's happening, Justin's expression returned to normal, but he is biting his lip, so despite his sassiness, he has taken note of the people getting pissed at him and the fact that it will possibly end him in chains. So he is biting his lip because he is trying not to actively mock this guy. So he
Got
is
an
going to
8.
behave a bit better. You guys win.
You guys talked over each other. I couldn't hear either of you.
Muting.
I got an 8.
An 8? Okay. For a brief moment, you might be afraid that he's gonna splash whiskey on you because he looks like he really wants to, because suddenly some lady is going, "Oh, it's okay, buddy." And we're clearly deep in his eyes, you can tell it's not okay. She won't call me. But he resists doing that. He puts the glass down. He says, "Whatever. There's other dragons. I don't need that one. She's not even that pretty. She's not even hot. She's not even hot. I don't need her. Whatever. You know, I'm sure there's dragons out there with, much nicer assets." And he makes a crude gesture. Money too. More gold. What does she have? Rocks? I don't want rocks. I want gold.
Justin
Whatever.
is visibly fighting back laughter.
Lale is like, there's more to a woman than just her asset, and you will find a dragon. There's a bunch of dragons around here,
Yeah.
and the god's just waiting for the right one. It's okay.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like this whole thing should have been a bust anyways. I don't care. I'm gonna go home. And then he tries to get up and slides back into his seat, clearly a little dizzy.
Lale tries to help him, but fails because she has no strength.
So I'm gonna
Justin
take a
does
little
kind of
break right here.
I like gesture to the rest of the group to maybe regroup and converse elsewhere about this interaction, or does anyone else want to talk?
I was oh sorry. I think that was the light up.
Hello?
No?
I had a thought and then I forgot what it was because I forgot what was said and now I feel silly.
It's okay, it
Very
happens.
Dude. That's why I've been taking notes.
Yeah, good idea.
While you remember that. So Justin would kind of finally speak up a little bit. He would kind of, based on what Lale said, he'd kind of like lean over a little bit, and he no longer has that dark look in his eyes. And he would just kind of like, in this tone that's relatively hard to read, like, it's obviously kind of a feigning, like, innocent kindness, but it's kind of rather obvious that it's being feigned. Of just like, yeah, the gods have a plan for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
But can I say that after this
Yeah.
interaction?
I mean, the guy at the table just kind of like grimaces, like, well,
Yeah, Justin's done.
fuck.
He's not physically helping that guy.
Yeah.
I think Lale.
Hold on. Thea
Seeing,
wanted
like-
to go next. Thea wanted to go next.
Oh, sorry.
Mazian wants to ask like why he thinks this should have been a bust.
Oh, yeah, sure. He's kind of looks up at you and he says, well, I mean, they're already married. Like, what can be done now? It doesn't matter what. It already happened. They said, or forever hold your peace, and then nothing happened, so now it's done.
Should something have happened?
You want to make an insight check on him?
Yes, please.
Can I have Justin do one too?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
He is surprisingly here to do a job.
17.
Oh my god.
He narrows his eyes at you. What did Justin get?
I'm rolling. I had accidentally closed my dice roll. This is insight. 9.
Yeah, you don't glean anything, unfortunately,
Batman's
from
stupid.
his
He's
look.
too mad.
But Marzion, you can kind of get the implication that maybe he thought somebody was going to protest. Maybe even him? You're not sure. But he thought, for some reason, someone was going to be against this wedding.
I got 20.
20?
Okay.
Yeah, he assumed this wedding wouldn't even have gotten to this step. Maybe a fight would have broken out. Maybe, there would have been an argument, somebody protesting, but clearly that didn't happen, and he's drinking himself into a stupor because of it.
Okay. Anyone else want to ask any questions or do any checks on this man?
I got like, I think we're good to go on.
Yeah, and my character kind of just gestures for everyone to maybe regroup a little away from him so we're out of earshot of this man, and maybe we can talk about what we observed.
Your captain's gonna come over as you are convening.
I had one more thing as we walked away that Justin did.
Yes.
While the guy is kind of like drunkenly trying to get up and then he sits down again, Justin, as a little jest, if you will, how big are these tables?
Pretty small, like 4 people. Little tiny tables.
Okay. Can you reach the other side of the table?
Yeah.
From where you are?
For sure.
Okay. Well, he would still do it anyway to fuck around. He would just, when the guy wasn't holding the goblet for the moment, he would move it to the other side of the table and then follow after the others.
He's too blasted to notice.
Just to be a dick.
Just to be a dick. Alright.
He would feel it, but it's too noticeable.
You Lale.
What's that for?
What?
Sorry?
Lale asked, what'd you do that for?
No, I did.
Oh, sorry.
Smitha.
Smitha did.
Oh, Smitha did? Oh,
Mira.
Just to fuck around. Mira asked it. In character.
Like, what was that for?
Justin would just kind of smile down at her, and honestly, like, he wouldn't look too, sus right now, and just be like, he's had enough to drink. Not as though it was,
Mira's trying not to be amused by that, but she does find that kind of amusing, especially given that this guy is kind of been a dick and kind of weird about dragon women. She's like, she's just nods a little tight. She gives a little tight nod. Like, we're on the same page about this.
Excellent.
I think Lale heard about what he said about like, what is comedy made in mock about the gods, and like I don't think she's mad at him because like the thing is, she saw that insight, that darkness he got, and I think she's just like, like there's something. She just like looks like there's something bad about him. I'm gonna pray for him or something.
This man is possessed.
Thoughts and prayers. Your captain is
for this sad man.
Your captain is here. Your captain walks up, says, "Well, what's up with that sad sack? What's his problem?"
Well,
Everything.
It seems
he has a crush.
Yes, he does seem to have he seemed to have wanted to marry Lady Tinoch, but obviously that didn't go through, and he appears rather bitter about it, and it seems like he almost wanted the wedding to be called off, but everyone kept their peace, and so now we're here. He feels like maybe we should keep an eye on him, but at the same time, something's telling me he's not really suspicious, and it's more just he's carrying a grudge and drinking it away.
Young love.
He can't really...
Reminds me of my own first wife. What a harlot. Ugh, that sucks.
He can't really stand right now, so I'm not sure how much of a threat he'll be, really.
Yeah, that is true. He tried to get out of his chair, but couldn't even manage that.
Good. Let's keep him that way.
So
That's a guy with a lot of power and a lot of money.
You should throw some chains on him.
Hold on. You interrupted me. Hold your horses.
I did, I'm sorry.
Said, well, he's probably better off that way. That's a man with a lot of power and a lot of money, and we don't need him, I don't know, arresting the groom for love? So he can stay there.
Can Mira ask something real quick? The man seemed rather wealthy and important in these parts. I'm actually not familiar. Do you know who he is?
Oh, well, that's Thomas. He's, well, I suppose his great-great-granddaddy had a lot of farms under his control in the area. They made a lot of money that way. Now this poor guy just spends all of it. I guess he's the kind of fellow where he thinks the ladies will pay attention to him if he has all the finest stuff, but they never give him a second glance because, well, you spoke to him. He's got the soul of a rancid potato.
You could say that again. Idle noble, I see.
It's
That's funny.
it's a sad tale, but he's only done it to himself.
Indeed.
For him.
Well, seems like we've understood what he's up to pretty well. Who do you want to talk
Yep.
to next? I see a suspicious snake in the corner, and of course that terrifying old woman by the bar.
Suspicious.
Who's being a total bar hog. This is me, Smitha, speaking. She's being a total bar hog.
Let's go to the woman and maybe we can get her away from the bar so people don't, have to walk around her. Seems a little
Maybe ask good
inconvenient.
questions.
Okay.
Oh, but that snake looks so interesting.
I don't want to approach that thing. That thing gives me a lot of anxiety.
Oh, are you scared?
I'm very no, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Two blushes.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm not
Have you
scared.
seen his
Vodka.
jaunty little hat?
Yeah, he's wearing a little hat.
It's so
suppose-
jaunty upon his head.
All right. All right.
Always.
As you guys go towards the lady at the bar, again, this is the tall, draconic woman with, instead of hair, she's just got a full plume of all rainbow-colored feathers, greens, purples, reds, oranges, yellows. She's very tall, like 9 feet tall. So she's taking up quite a bit of space. And she's looking down at the bar patrons scathingly, like the camera in a prison, just watching them as they try to go about their merriment, making it rather uncomfortable for everybody else.
Can I do an insight check? Obviously she's a dragon, so she might be important. Can I see if I know anything about her?
Sure, go ahead. That would be a
Oh,
history
slay.
check. History check, please.
Sorry, not insight.
I did a
history,
history
yeah.
check too.
Awesome.
Could I do insight?
I got 25.
Hold on, you gotta
baby.
wait because that's a different check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a 13 minus 10. I have a 15.
All right, for a 15, well, you can tell she's somebody important. She's very large, and fun dragon fact, they do eventually stop growing, but not for a long, long time. So the older they are, the taller they are. So she's like 9 feet tall. So she's getting up there in size. The maximum height of a dragon is usually around 15 feet.
Damn.
So she's pretty tall. And she's wearing a lot of like gold and silver jewelry, so clearly she's someone of importance, but you don't know her name. With a 25, you probably haven't met her personally. Maybe you've seen paintings or illustrations of her. This is Cholula. This is the bride's mother.
Whoa.
She is the one that is in control of Yarny, the village where the dragons live. She is their matriarch. She is essentially their mayor, their princess, their queen. And she is quite the important person. If Tinoch is, akin to a princess, this lady's akin to like an emperor. For this part of the world. She doesn't actually have that much power, but she's a very old dragon and she's scary.
I think Lale would bow to her in respect.
All right, she looks down at you, just kind of observing, not flattered or anything. She seems to expect that as standard.
May I speak with the I suppose dragon matriarch?
You may, if you dare. Her aura is oppressive.
So
Mother of
since
the
I
bride.
don't know who she is, but she seems very important, I will try to be very respectful, and I'll go and be like, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I am taking notes so I can write a report about this historical event. Can you tell me a little bit about your relation to the couple and what you think about the wedding today?"
She turns her nose up at you and she says, "I am the unfortunate bride's mother, if that is not obvious. And these foul people are attempting to lay siege to my land."
Oh, I see. What makes you think that way, ma'am?
Why else would a human want access to my village? They are trying to get inside. They are trying to lay claim to it. I simply won't stand for it.
Oh,
Justin is biting his
were there
tongue.
any difficulties leading up to the wedding between the two
Difficulties?
villages?
Difficulties? I have no interest in trading with humans. They simply do not have anything of worth to be traded.
I see.
All they do is take and encroach on land that is not theirs. They want my farms because I apparently don't use the land. Forests are perfectly fine. That's where I keep all my creatures.
I see. And
Have you ever
prior
seen a
to
splinter cat,
prior to the
little human?
prior to the engagement, has the I'm assuming Suncrest is the neighboring village we're speaking of here, right?
No, you are in Suncrest. It's Yarny. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. The
village.
neighboring village to
Oh,
Yarny
yes, yes,
that
yes.
is potentially encroaching, according to Dragon Mother. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask? Prior to the engagement, has there been any aggression from Suncrest?
Well, of course, they hunt my precious pets.
I see. So they've been encroaching on your ground to hunt. Is that correct?
Humans eat just too much food. You don't need to eat all those animals. Grow your own.
I see.
Those
Madam,
are my
do you-
animals.
Do you foresee this marriage potentially improving relations between the two towns?
Ha! No. They just want better claim to what isn't rightfully theirs. They just want to get on my land. They want to take my things. They want to get their grubby little mortal hands where they don't belong.
I see. Well, it seems like relations between your two towns aren't very good. So what made you, I guess, agree to this marriage and the wedding?
I did not agree. How dare you? This was done
Sorry,
without
ma'am.
my blessing. I'm just here to make sure nothing uncouth happens while my people are here.
I see. Well, thank you for letting me speak with you, ma'am. And I hope you have a as good as a night the rest of the night as you can have.
And I hope you fall in a hole somewhere. Good day.
Justin is uncharacteristically quiet through this exchange.
Well, I wouldn't say anything out of.
Janira is just
Justin,
like,
you
pale at the end of
specifically-
that, and she's just like
Huh?
very she just goes very stiff at the threat, and she's like,
Justin, you specifically, and maybe Mira as well, notice just how sharp her teeth are all of a sudden. Just how nicely those would fit around a throat just your size.
"Yep, yep,
Like
Nice.
a well-made necklace.
a little too well made."
But
Lale's
yes.
just quiet the whole time out of like respect and reverence and probably some fear, but like mighty, like just like I'm not gonna cross you.
Does anyone else want to say anything to the mother of the bride?
Justin has he's been just biting his tongue this entire ass time.
Good.
He has things he wants to say, but he is not saying them, and you can kind of tell that he's having thoughts because his face looks like amused yet mildly irritated. Like if you can, I'm not gonna bother
Lale's
with a
just
perception
taking
check. Let's just say that.
fleeting glances at him.
Huh?
Lale's taking fleeting glances at him.
Does she want to do a insight check?
Maybe that would be fun.
Do it.
Fuck, I got a 1.
No, you don't get
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, that's nothing. Okay, so does anyone else want No, everyone knows. Well, Mira was talking. What's Mazian up to?
Mazian is like trying to disappear in the back because she feels very intimidated by tall lady who does not like human.
Fair, fair. Yeah, Justin is biting his tongue, but the insight check did not succeed enough for me to give more details other than he looks amused yet mildly irritated.
Lale's just too scared to even like do an insight. She's not scared. She's just like the queen's aura is just so, and I feel like magic users are kind of sensitive.
You're cutting out so bad.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
sorry.
explain any of that.
I think Lale is just like very she's just like kind of overwhelmed by like the queen's aura, and in like reverence and respect, she just has her head bowed the whole time, but like takes only like fleeting glances at him, so he can't understand what he's thinking.
Mm.
And I don't know if magic users are like sensitive to auras or stuff like that.
A little bit, probably.
Yeah, it's just like overwhelming. Jody has kind of a high magic modifier, so it's a little bit.
I will make a note for Sam, in terms of Justin's behavior here. He will not, like, despite him holding his tongue, he is not kind of showing like that kind of like, kind of respect of like kind of bowing his head or anything. He is uncut eye contact. He is not breaking his sights on this woman.
Gotcha. She
he is
gives you a passing glance, look of disgust, like, ooh. Thing.
He gives her a smile, like a kind of a sly little shit-eating grin. But he says nothing. But he does not look at her with respect. That much is obvious. He does not look. He's not like, oh, he is just. He's just looking. And clearly biting his tongue.
Maybe Lolly would say something to Mira, like, maybe don't too much on questions. This woman is kind of scary.
Yeah, I gathered that. She did wish me to end up in a ditch, so that's
Be
something.
more careful.
And he has very sharp teeth.
Justin would
That's why
pipe
you
up
should
and
have kept your head bowed to her. It's what you do to with dragons, like her.
Yes, noted. Maybe we should discuss this. I think we might be onto something here. Perhaps we can also talk with our boss.
Justin pipes up and kind of he his expression for the like as a note, his expression for the most part just stays the same most of the time. He just kind of looks mildly amused at all times. But he'd kind of look at Mira and just be like, "I think you did a splendid job."
I will take that as a compliment, but I think we should probably come off to the side a little. So maybe we want to go off to the side out of earshot of the dragon lady before you gossiping about her.
Lolly would have been like, so you wanted her neck to be, no, she wouldn't say that. She'd be like, so you wanted her to get killed and thrown in a ditch?
She says that to Justin?
Yes.
She actually says that to He just looks at her with this like feigned offense and just like, wherever would you get that idea from? And he actually like mildly does sound like shocked at the implication.
Girlie doesn't talk to much people. She's like not the best at that stuff.
Anyway, I think we should call the boss over. Like, I feel like there's something going on here, especially with all the details she divulged.
All right.
Does anyone have thoughts?
How convenient. Your boss is already wandering over. You can see he's got a glass of wine in his hand now. Perhaps he was also at the bar. He says, well, how'd it go?
I think we got an interesting lead. I don't know if, so it seems like that was the mother of the bride, Lady Tinoch.
Ooh.
And yeah, I
She
think
reminds me of my second wife. Scary.
Justin Snickers.
see. I think we might have something here. She doesn't seem too happy actually with the wedding, or rather the marriage, and she thinks that the town of Suncrest actually is just there to encroach on her land and her resources, and she doesn't seem to quite approve of the wedding either, or humanity as a whole.
Hmm. Yeah,
She
that's
she felt
mother-in-laws for you.
Yeah, I do worry though. I wonder if it's just her being a bit of an how shall I say it? Mildly overbearing mother-in-law, or if it could be something more.
Yeah. Do you guys get the vibe that she might try to ruin her daughter's wedding?
I don't
I hope
know.
not.
She
Justin,
didn't
just oh,
she had the chance to speak out against it, yet she held her tongue. So clearly, despite her grouchiness, she must care for her daughter, yet she clearly doesn't approve of the town, so I don't know what to make of it.
just Justin kind of speaks up, and he's like, "I think that would be too dishonorable on her name."
Does anyone want to do an insight on Lale and her kind of um
Yes.
skittishness with the dragon?
Why would we roll an insight for you again?
No, it's just like on her character.
For what
Sure, I
specific
can roll.
purpose, though? For what specific
Yeah.
purpose?
I don't know. It's just like her kind of. Oh, sorry. Just her kind of like feelings like towards the dragon
Gotcha.
lady.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sure, I'm interested. And or maybe you could just speak about what you're thinking
Yeah,
right
you
now.
don't always
especially
have
since
to
we're
make it an
debriefing.
insight check. You can always just say how you're feeling. That's also fine.
Yeah, because we're debriefing right now anyway. Might
Oh,
as well.
sorry. I'm stupid. I'm not.
No,
good
you're
at
not
this.
stupid.
I would say
I apologize,
Lale.
Brittany.
I'd say Lale kind of has a fear of her. Like this. Like. I don't know. I think it's just her aura, but like. She reveres dragons, but she also fears them.
Mhm. Understandable.
Because I think maybe there's some like dark dragons or like other things, or it's like she knows how powerful they are and the
Mhm.
damage they do.
Mm-hmm.
Has trauma with that.
Lale,
Does she want-
as a priestess, you would probably know this to a degree. Humans used to be enslaved by dragons for many, 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 many thousands of years. So yes, dragons do have the potential to do a lot of bad things. Even the light
Insane
dragons.
drop in the middle.
Granted, we are now, again, many thousands of years away from that. But, yeah. Humans were kind of their slave race for a while.
Probably why she's like fears them a bit too from scripture and some other things.
Wait, considering she is a historian by trade and has a history proficiency, would
then
Mira know
you'd
any of this?
probably know this too. You'd probably know that too.
Okay, this she probably didn't mention it because it's probably unknown, but it definitely informs her notes on like what's her on what's her name again? I'm forgetting the mother.
Hold on, I gotta look at my notes here because it's not off the top of my head. Her name is Cholula.
She like the fact that this occurred definitely informs her her interpretation of what Cholula said, especially her anger towards the humans and feeling like they are encroaching on her. She's inclined while she wants to take what she said at face value, she's inclined to also take what she said with a bit of a grain of salt, as she might, as an older dragon, she might be inclined to look down upon humans and see pretty much anything they're doing now as kind of encroaching. So that also increases her worry about the mother potentially being suspicious. Yet at the same time, she feels a bit conflicted. Like, on one hand, she's worried that the mother might be the suspect, but on the other hand, she did seem to genuinely like care about her child, and if she wanted to do something about the marriage, why wouldn't she do anything until now? I guess that's her like inner thoughts. I don't know. Maybe I can share this like just like yeah, maybe I could share it be like, well, considering the past relations between humans and dragons, I'm a little worried about what Lady Cholula mentioned just now and if that might make her potentially dangerous here. Yet again, if she had like issues with the wedding and wanted to stop it, why wouldn't she have done it till now? It's kind of confusing me.
Same. We should definitely keep an eye on her. I don't
Yeah.
her.
Does anyone have thoughts on
History
this?
says they do love to exploit their power over us mortals.
Can,
Justin
can I
kind of
ask a
nods. Oh,
question? Sorry, you go first.
no, continue. Questions, good.
No, it was like a interaction question, but you can
Oh,
go first.
okay, I was just gonna, Justin's kind of nodding in agreement, and he's just like, she seems rather vicious, but I sure hope we don't have to fight against her.
Yeah.
God willing.
I'd rather not be punted across the courtyard tonight.
I would probably laugh at that. Forgive
As
me.
would I.
Bro.
Lala just blushes again.
Good heavens.
This man's a freak.
Oh, good heavens.
Anyway,
Thea.
Thea, your character?
Um, so this guard captain guy, is he like a guard from Suncrest, or was he hired in to
He's from Suncrest. He's the guard captain at Suncrest.
Okay, so he like knows the area pretty well. He knows like things that go on in the area.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Mazian would like to ask him if he has received any reports about like poaching or unauthorized hunting of animals, or if that is just the perception of the mother. Like she wants to know if there's any basis to her grievances.
Okay. He's gonna make a quick check right here. Ooh, the nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, so
And thank you for asking me that. I didn't even consider.
the guard captain thinks for a moment. He says, I mean, people gotta eat what people gotta eat, and if they run out of her forest, then, well, they're not on
You're
her
breaking up.
land. But we don't ever go in the forests over there because that's not our land. We stick to our own. Right? But if her freaky things run out and they get hit by a cart or something, not much we can do to stop it, I suppose. And if some of them get eaten, well, how are we supposed to tell her creatures from the regular creatures, huh?
So you're
She
saying
should build
that,
a fence, like we do.
So you're saying that people of Suncrest don't willingly go into her territory, but if any creatures come out, they might end up being killed, and she sees that as poaching.
Yeah, probably. But I don't
I
know.
see.
I feel like that's her responsibility, to be quite honest. I keep my dog in a penned lot so that people don't eat it.
I see. I don't know. I think we really ought to keep an eye on her.
All right, I
Agreed.
agree. So, seems like you've talked to most of the suspicious guests, aside from that guy over there. I don't want to get near him, so I'll leave it to you guys. You're the professionals. He gives
Could I stay
Mira a
back too?
firm pat on the shoulder, like, go get him, Tiger.
Sir, I
Justin
do
shoots Mira a
believe you
grin.
have more experience in this area than I do.
Oh, no, I doubt that. I'll just be over by the bar. You come find me when you're done.
Oh no, sir, but you're in charge of us, aren't you?
No, Yarcy's already waddling away. He's straight up ignoring you. He's ignoring you.
Why must Lolly like curses? Why must we deal with this guy? He looks
Exciting.
Lolly shivers.
Uh, I'm starting to wonder if this was worth the pay.
Lolly got
Well,
flashed from her village.
Well, if everyone's content, Justin will be the first to beeline towards this interesting creature.
Lolly is
Well,
even more
I
afraid of
suppose
that.
I suppose we have to follow. Can't let anything troublesome happen.
Lolly grips her staff.
Okay, so the gang walks
Mazion?
towards the dark corner where this lizard, snake, dragon thing sits curled up in a tight ball, carefully watching the rest of the crowd while donning its little hat. As you approach,
What kind of hat is it?
it's like a short little hat. I would maybe like you know the ones that guys on boats wear, like the boat hat. Like Venice.
Okay, wait, that's actually
Venice.
kind of a funny, cute image.
Yeah. But
Like a
it's
beret?
no. Like Venice, like boat guy. What do you call those hats? Somebody help me out. I'm embarrassing myself. Tillian, help.
It's
What
not a
do you
beret?
call the hat? No, it's not a beret. Ferryman hat. A ferryman's hat. Thank you.
Fedora?
No, hold on. I need to find a picture.
Yeah, that didn't get me any results on Google.
Hat.
Fisherman hat?
Oh, like the little
I found it.
straw hat?
Like the Dick
Like a little straw
Van
hat?
Dyke,
Oh,
Mary
like
Poppins ass.
That's adorable.
One of these
That's
little
adorable.
guys.
That's so cute.
I just drew her,
Everyone
by the way.
immediately adores this thing.
There we go. He's wearing one of those. It's got feathers sticking out of it. And you can see that the actual snake-like creature itself is a dark blue in color, completely covered in feathers, with wings tightly tucked to its sides. And it kind of fixes you with a glare as you approach. Doesn't say
Wait,
anything.
can Mira ask Mazian something real quick?
Sure.
So after our interaction with the mother of the bride, which surprisingly went well despite her threats, I'm feeling a little more worried. Sorry to put you on the spot, but maybe you could ease the tension a bit by asking about his fashion to begin. We could surely have some small talk there and maybe get some more information that way than being threatened immediately. I know this is putting you on the spot, but could you maybe be up for that?
Yeah, that's all right. I think it would be great to not be threatened for a change. The last time I brought up fashion, that didn't go well actually, but maybe that's just a one-off.
Yeah. Maybe we can try that. Do you think it's a good idea?
Like, was that to Mazian or was that a
Yeah,
general
yeah.
question?
To in
Um,
character to Mazian.
Well, I can definitely ask about his cute little hat. It's a lovely little hat. I would love to know where he got that hat.
Exactly. I myself don't actually know much about fashion. I just kind of threw on the best thing I had in my closet, so I think you'd be the expert.
Well, you look lovely, dear.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, I assume we get to the
I have a
dragon in the
question.
corner now.
I have a question
Yeah.
and also a statement.
Yes.
Question. So this thing's fully creature mode, not a
Yeah,
human face.
fully
It has a
creature
dragon
mode.
face.
Yeah, big
Okay.
old snake face. Here,
Okay,
I'll Google.
okay.
Hold on, let's Google Dragonology.
Yeah,
Wait,
best book.
Yeah,
And
question for the DM.
Amphithea.
Can they talk in this form?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Show me the creature. I know the exact one I'm thinking of. This one.
Is it a quasilotl?
No, it's this one. It's
an amphitheater. Oh, that's beautiful.
But wearing the hat,
and-
the aforementioned hat.
That is
Love
so
that image.
cute.
They're so friend-shaped.
Looks like what
And-
Dragon said.
Shit. Sorry, I gotta go off this wiki. I'm gonna be there all day.
And I will make a comment that with the plan that Mira and Mazian just made, they better hurry up and go catch up to Justin because otherwise he will say something first. So they got to get him in on that, or just speak up first.
Okay, well, looks like Justin's
What about Lale?
going
I
ahead.
can hear you.
Not if Lale keeps him back with some light.
With some
Okay,
what?
let's not have infighting.
No, she just wants to keep. Maybe she tries to hold him back. Could I do a check or something?
Yeah, make a strength check. Justin,
Um,
also make a strength check. We will
okay.
decide this in the field of combat.
Well, I mean, if she just like grabs him, he's not gonna he's gonna get confused. He's not gonna
okay.
he's not gonna pull away. That you don't need to do a strength check for that, in my opinion,
Mhm.
because he's not gonna like fight her off or anything.
Let's get into
So
a
do you
fist
want
fight
to
in front
say?
of this lizard.
Do you just want to say that like Lale grabs Justin before he reaches the dragon?
Yes, he does. She
Okay.
does.
Okay. Does she say anything when she grabs him?
She just like looks at him like, "What are you doing?" But there's something like under her that there's something about her expression, I think, that like puts the person off guard, that it isn't just like, oh, she's being like kind of her silly self.
In what way?
I don't know. It's just like she looks scared.
Okay. Okay, well, when she grabs him, Justin would pause, and he'd look kind of a little taken aback at the physical contact, to be honest. I mean, the slap was one thing, but this was more of like oh, she's grabbing me, like what's happening? Was she like his arm or what'd she grab?
All grabs his arm.
Okay.
But she's like holding down pretty hard, like
clamping down on his arm
clamping,
with
like
her 0 strength.
yeah, but it's like she has sharp, maybe she's sharp nails. I don't know, but her hands are a little clammy.
Oh, he has sleeves. He wouldn't feel that. Unless she's so clammy that
She's
it
so
goes through the
wet.
sleeve.
Yeah. Oh god.
No, it's like her arms she's kind of trembling a little.
Okay, he would notice that if you're stating it to be noticeable. Okay, so she would, when she grabs him and stuff, he would kind of pause and like for like a brief moment, his smile would kind of falter. Like he would kind of just get taken off guard by her suddenly grabbing him. And he would kind of have assumed that it was in like a aggressive manner because she slapped him earlier. But when he kind of sees her expression and stuff, he would pause his walking, so Maziana and Mira would be able to overtake him if they so please. And he would kind of look at her and kind of be quiet for a moment before his smile kind of comes back and just be like, "Ooh, you're scared, aren't you?"
She just blushes and looks away, like, and then very unconvincing says, "I'm not." Do you think like someone could do like insight or something on like why she's like that, or is that like not?
You can if you want
I mean,
to.
Justin could. I don't. If the other two want to get involved, that's up to them.
Do you want to do an insight on them?
I could get involved. I don't know if I want to do a check yet because I honestly don't need to know why you're scared, but I would just go up and be like, "Is everything all right here?" Since y'all paused.
Well, Justin got
I
up.
need to run really quick. My computer is about to die, and I need my charger.
Go.
Oh shit.
You know what? Let's take a quick break here. Remember what you're talking about. We'll get right back to it 'cause I gotta pee again.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna take a
So
note of
basically,
where we are.
when do you usually make checks for like how characters feel with like backstory?
In general, like what I've been doing with Justin, let's say, like the reason that like let's say with the where like there was one moment where I said like that's all the details you get with the what you rolled. What was I talking about?
Yeah, when you were at the table with the Thomas, the idle noble guy, and he made the comments about the freak, and Justin got like angry for a moment, and you wanted to see if we saw that he got angry.
Because that gives you more details on his character that he generally doesn't give off normally. So I'm like, it's a matter of, do you notice this, and does your character learn that he might actually be kind of violent under that like asshole clown facade, or does your character not notice that and is still just like, oh, he's just kind of a jerk and that's about all there is to him. So that's kind of what I do, is like if it's something that's just kind of like a general behavior, like, oh, he's if it's just like a general behavior where I'm just like, oh, he's looks restless, he's bored, or he's making eye contact with the dragon or something, like you don't need insight for that, because that's just a thing he's doing, but if it lets your character delve deeper into his character in a way that he generally wouldn't want to put off naturally, that's when I do an insight check personally.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I'm doing too.
So
Mhm.
question, would it be a good idea, like, would it, to tell whether you want to make it an insight check or not, would like it be a scenario
Fast
where
enough.
getting a good score on an insight check would change the course of
Could be a support check
the
too.
roleplay going forward?
Yes. Because if you
Hello?
do badly, you don't get as much information.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Is that Thea?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, hi. Sorry, it was very
You're-
quiet
yeah.
and I was talking and no one responded to my
Smitha.
question.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, we were saying yes. It would change the course of the conversation because if you don't have as much information, you can't ask any further questions, you can't have any further interactions, etc.
You want to do a
Yeah, you
difference between doing an insight? I'm sorry.
no, you go.
What's the difference between doing an insight and support check?
Support means that you're trying to, it's mostly a combat thing. There's like a specific action you can do in combat if you're proficient in support, but also you can just roll it to like if you're already friends with somebody and you're just trying to like, gas them up a little bit or just make sure they know that you're with them, etc. Just stuff regarding being a good friend. Whereas insight is you don't have to know each other. It's just about kind of detecting emotion.
Yeah, I think insight would work. So we could do an insight check. Because
are
I
we
want to
doing
kind of
insight
explain
check
some
for?
of her backstory.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Not just doing this for the fun of it.
No, I trust you. I was just wondering what the insight check was about.
You do have
About
to
her-
like tell them what to check for. You can't just say make an insight check without any context.
Sorry, I'm
as
bad at
a player, I can ask you to do that. But as a player, generally, especially in the beginning,
Make
when
an
you're
insight-
beginners,
Make an insight check on basically why she feels this way.
Why she
Okay.
feels scared?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it okay, if someone asks Yeah, okay, never mind.
Justin got a
Yeah, I
7.
could do that. I'm interested.
I was not fast enough. My computer died.
Oh no.
Damn.
Aww.
Are you on mobile now then?
I was, and then I switched back. Now
Okay.
that my
So your
computer's
computer's
back
charging?
on.
All right, is anyone
Hmm?
making that insight check or are we moving on?
I
Oh,
got
can
an
make
I got a
that.
7.
I think it was the bubbly.
8. Hold on. 8 minus 1, 7.
What did 2 sevens give us?
14.
No, like
I thought
what?
correct.
Correct. But what information can be gleaned from a 7? It's not a very high number, so they're not getting a lot of detail. Maybe just like
Maybe
an
they-
extremely basic vibe.
One that she's like has a fear of this, and maybe something bad in the past has happened to her with dragons.
I see.
So okay, so that was, and where we were in that moment when we did that check, she had just grabbed Justin. He mocked her for being scared. She said no in a suspicious voice. And so she looked spooked. And yes.
And maybe she wants to be comforted a little. Or to not
And
go.
she's going to Justin for it?
No, she just doesn't want. No, she
Lale?
just doesn't want him to go there, so he like nothing bad happens.
Okay,
Also,
okay,
he's
more
tall.
understood.
He's very tall.
He is tall.
He's
She
short,
did
too.
also see the violence on his face earlier, right? She was one of the ones that noticed that.
Yeah, like she's not going to him for comfort. She just doesn't want him to like make the situation worse. But also, she's
Okay,
like
fair.
a little scared and might be like some other emotions.
Fair.
I don't know.
Fair.
Early
So he
is
is
a tsundere, kinda.
so he can definitely tell that she's scared, but he doesn't, he can kind of assume that, oh, scared of dragon, but doesn't really know the deeper reason as to why. And if I recall, she said no when he asked if she was scared, correct?
Yeah, but she said in a very
Okay.
unconvincing way.
Yeah,
She
but-
blushed and turned away.
Yeah. Okay, then he'd kind of he'd kind of look at her and just be like, "Oh, well then why don't you go ahead and say hello to them?"
And then she would glower at him again, and then her like actual feelings would just go away, and she'd put back on like that tsundere mask and glare at him, and just like just I don't know, maybe like teasingly push a bit.
He would laugh at that. But uh and who else was getting involved? Mira was, right? What's she up to?
Yeah, yeah, and also I think I was talking with Mazian, or Thea's
Yes.
character Mazian, about a plan, and we come forward and we're like, well, I come forward and I'm like, well, actually, you don't have to go ahead right away. Mazian and we're actually thinking about us going and maybe breaking the ice a little bit, talking, and then we can figure out if we can figure out what we can glean from this dragon.
Mm.
Man.
Justin kind of nods and just goes like, all right, I guess you have an out this time.
Maybe
Well-
Justin stays back.
What?
Oh, you can continue, Smitha.
Oh, nothing. So shall we go ahead and perhaps strike up a conversation about fashion that will slowly lead us to more insightful conversations?
Maybe Lale and Justin kind of stay back together and just.
Well, Justin definitely wants to be around and involved when it happens. But he would accept the other two speaking up first. So he would stand like slightly behind them in order to allow them to speak first and be front and center, but he would be in on the conversation.
He'd probably follow behind him very reluctantly. Sorry for not thing.
All right. Well,
What?
regardless of your positioning, unfortunately, we are out of time this evening. So we're going to have to pick this up next time.
Nods.
Yes, because it is 10 p.m. All right. So before we
Okay.
leave, does anyone have any questions?
Me.
What's your question?
I'm chewing.
What?
I'm chewing.
Huh?
Chewing.
Oh, is that your question?
No. Give me a
What?
second.
Okay. Does
Okay.
anyone have any questions in the meantime?
So we'll not tomorrow,
Next
obviously,
Monday
but next
at
week we'll
6 p.m. 6, not 7.
Woohoo!
6.
6 p.m. people, Santa's coming.
6 to 10.
Yeah,
be there
sorry
or
about
be
sorry
square.
again about today.
No worries, it
I'll
happens. It's
Try
okay.
not to let my work run long again.
That's okay. It
It'd be
happens.
like that.
Just let me know if it does.
Yeah,
and we're
but
good.
next my main question is, like, next session, are we gonna try and get the combat in then?
Oh, we're gonna finish next session. I'm pretty confident.
Okay, cool.
Remember
How far
this.
are we?
How far are you?
Yeah,
Well-
percentage-wise.
I don't know. That entirely depends on your combat ability. Could
No,
be
no.
50%, could be 10%. Entirely depends
mean,
on how fast we get through combat.
Do you think we could end up being a third session?
I doubt it. Unless you guys
Nice.
really fuck around. Or you're bad at combat.
Just in
So,
specialty.
everyone, please make sure for next week, if you think you need the combat refresher, please re-listen to session 0 or watch one of the quote-unquote experts at work on my YouTube for my larger campaign, where it's just people seamlessly doing combat with no problem. Maybe that might be good to watch if you think you might be confused.
Question: I
Yes.
saw your YouTube channel like last week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it would be a good idea to like look at the arena combats.
Mm-hmm.
Like when do you remember last doing an arena combat in like so I can scroll back to that video?
I genuinely don't know off the top of my head. I would say around session 100, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
It's just there's a lot of videos
or
to
like
scroll through.
between sessions 90 and 100. Though anything where combat is happening is a pretty good reference.
Okay,
So
cool.
as long as
Thanks.
there's combat happening, and you can tell there's combat because there's a map and you're moving around the map, those are all pretty good reference.
How deep can we go into like a character's backstory when we don't know the
You shouldn't be
What?
going very deep at all. I specifically instructed upon, welcoming you guys to session -1 that you can have a backstory. Don't expect me to address it whatsoever. And also you're a level 5 guard. So you shouldn't be having 5 pages of backstory because we're not going to get to it. You can have a little bit of backstory. Obviously you should. You can't just show up completely featureless blob. But don't expect us to get into what's going on with your character. Straight up.
I understand.
Okay. That's something you
I just
bring
have
to
a-
a longer campaign with DM permission. This game, at least the way I run it, is very much I make a story and then invite people to participate in that story, and whether or not we get to people's backstories, it depends on the game and the player and the backstory. People shouldn't come in with the understanding that there's going to be an episode all about me, unless we're doing like a really, really long campaign, like my main campaign, where I go to each one of the players and say, hey, we have time to do your backstory. Here's what we're doing. That's just how I run my games. Different DMs run them differently. So just keep your eyes out for that. And if you want to DM at some point, just think about the way you want to tackle that. Do you want to focus on more on your story or the stories your players are bringing? Right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about wanting to do my own after I've done like this sort of tabletop thing a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. Are we done? Because I have to go feed my cat.
Yes.
And I had one
Yeah.
request I wanted to make before I leave.
Yeah.
And can everyone share their character references in the chat again so they're all kind of grouped together?
Sure.
Please.
Sure, everyone drop your in
and
the
I-
chat. All right. Good night, everybody.
And
Have
I
a
need
good
to do an
evening.
update of Justin. Goodbye.
Good night.